Yes, we're at it.
Okay. What team did Arsene Wenger join Arsenal from?
Monaco.
No. Who was Mikel Arteta's first signing as Arsenal manager?
Cedric Suarez.
No. Who scored the winner for Arsenal v Chelsea in the 2017 FA Cup final?
Aaron Ramsey.
Name the Arsenal midfield legend that was signed from AC Milan in '95.
Petit.
No, you're having a nightmare. Arsenal have had Arsenal have had 5 shared sponsors in their history. Name 4 of them.
JVC, Fly Emirates, JVC. Pass.
Dennis Bergkamp and Ian Wright scored a combined total of how many Arsenal goals? That's a hard one, that. 275, 305 or 335?
335.
No. Arsenal failed to defeat which 2 sides in the Premier League during 03-04 Invincible season?
United and Liverpool.
United and Portsmouth. Who scored the last goal at Highbury?
Henry.
Yes. Which Arsenal midfielder was known as the Romford Pele?
Ray Parlour.
How many Arsenal fans, what was Per Mertesacker's nickname?
BFG.
Yeah. Which Chilean international scored 80 goals for Arsenal?
Sanchez.
Tony Adams scored the 4th goal of the final home game of the 98 title-winning season against who?
Spurs.
You don't remember the Tony Adams goal?
I was 2.
Oh. Arsenal were the first team to win both the League Cup and FA Cup in the same season. Who did they beat in that final?
You don't repeat the question, sorry.
I've started, so
He needs it.
I can't hear it.
He needs it.
Arsenal were the first team to win both the League Cup and FA Cup in the same season. Which side did they beat in both finals? Are you minding me about this?
If I answer it, can I take a point off him? Sheffield Wednesday.
Yes.
I was born in 97. I don't know half of these.
It was Everton as well.
I was born in 03.
Yeah.
And Wenger was
5.
Wenger was a Japanese
5,
team.
4.
There's Grand Passate.
Nah, they were tough.
the one.
Them were tough to do that.
4.
Rocher and you're buzzing there, aren't you?
But we've got Super Mick Arteta. Tell me, how do I have his babies?
We are exactly what we do.
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
Former Premier League referee David Coote spotted delivering packages for courier firm Every. What? Leave the geezer alone. The bloke made a mistake. Granted, a pretty bad one. It cost him his job. He took the hit and he's out the game. But instead of sulking or hiding, he's cracking on with life. Getting up early, grafting like everyone else, doing what he has to do to look after himself and put food on the table for his family. And that ends up in the papers, as if it's scandalous. Leave the geezer alone. Seriously, we're all human. We've all made mistakes. Like I said, he owned it. He moved on. Now let him live his life.
Come on, everyone. He only made a mistake. He needs to put food on the table for his family. Leave the geezer alone. Big up to
my goodness.
Sorry about the lateness. We've just finished up on the wonderful Northside show. Big up to Northside for letting me on, man. Big up to we've got tops in the building as well. Big up to all the chat as well, man. Well class as always. Come on, man. You know how we do it over here. We've got Sam in the building. Big up to you, brother. How you doing?
All good, man. Watching my club at the same time, skanking it right now. But yeah, otherwise, all good, man. All good.
Yeah, nah, big up, man, and appreciate you stopping over. And as well, Lawrence, my friend. I see a couple of bits you sent me over there today. You know what I mean? The cab one I particularly found quite amusing. Big up to you, man. How you doing? Is it settled down over in LA?
It has, yes. They've dropped the curfew.
Yeah.
They placed about a week ago to stop the looters. There's still, the ICE agents and the National Guard and the Marines are still out here, and they're still doing what they're doing, nicking people off the street and putting them in detention centres. So that's still going on. I went to the Club World Cup game on Sunday at the Rose Bowl between PSG and Atletico Madrid. And there was a pretty good turnout for that game, even though I didn't get a ticket until I went to the turnstile. Complete opposite to the Chelsea game.
Yeah.
Nobody there. But other than that, just watching the rest of the Club World Cup.
Yep.
And then that's it.
Yeah, no, positive, man. And obviously, yeah, cheers for being here, man. And we got Tops as well in the building, and then we're getting to the content. How you doing, my friend? Thank you very much for stopping by.
Yeah, good, bro. Thanks very much for having me on again.
On.
And yeah, we've got a lot to discuss with these fixtures coming out today, man. And yeah, I can't wait to get into it with you and obviously the panel in it. So big up everyone, and then big up the chat. Make sure you guys smash the likes, and make sure you give Aaron and all the guys a follow on the panel as well.
Yeah, and of course, big up to Northside for giving us the raid, and of course, big up to everyone that come over and that's here in the chat. Do you know what I mean? Come on, absolute respect to that. Liam, yeah, I did wonder if my mic wasn't going to be the best. I'm going to be doing a little switcheroo when someone talks next. I'll be going back downstairs. I will have a look at that Yasser in 2 seconds. But yeah, what we're going to start off with, and it's not going to be having a little whinge about the.
Shane, jump on, brother. Jump on.
Yeah, Shane. Did I not send him the link? You'll have to let me know, Shane. Text me. But yeah, we will not be starting off about whinging. Yes, let's just get it out there in terms of these fixtures. There are some tricky fixtures in there. I mean, that is undeniable. You know, there's some difficult games in there. But I made this point earlier on my morning show, yeah? And I think I made this on Northside just then. If Arsenal Football Club and Arsenal Football Club's fans felt like they were good enough to win the Premier League this season, who gives a fuck about who we play? I'll just be totally honest with you. Do you think anyone in this chat, do you think Liverpool care who they've got? They don't care. Do you know why? Because Liverpool are champions. Liverpool have also spent very, very well in the summer window, and they will keep going by the time they get their first fixture, by the way. They don't care who they play.
Do you think City care?
One sec. Yeah, they don't care, bro. They don't care. Do you know what happened with Manchester City? Manchester City, they had a season last year and they knew they were going to be nearly potless in January. Guess what they done in 6 months? They spent 400 or 500 million quid because they knew that they were going to have a season where they finished trophyless for the first time since 16-17 when Pep Guardiola joined. So they went, yeah, that weren't good enough. We'll spend 400 plus million pound and counting. So Liverpool were the champions. They're spending ridiculous, and they're not spending it on mugs either, by the way, people. They're not spending it on mug signings. They are spending it on best in class. Florian Wirtz, Ozil to Madrid, eat your heart out. If he bangs, wow, it's a worrying time for the league. Come on, if they get a striker, and we will get into this point soon, if they get a striker, Control-Alt-Delete the season. Where does that leave Arsenal? What are we doing? So what I'm saying is who really even cares about the fixtures? Arsenal Football Club ain't good enough, regardless of how the fixtures are spread out. Yes, do you know what I mean? Would it have been a little bit nicer maybe if you shifted one over or whatever? But it doesn't matter. If I had confidence in my football club to be good, I would have gone, boom, let's have Manchester United away. Old Trafford, buzzing, what a great start. Now we're like, oh, fuck, well, if we don't win that, then we've got a pressurised game against Leeds who are going to be buzzing. And then we've got Liverpool away. And then we've also going to be like, are we even going to get a striker in by the time that we played that? There's all so many ifs and buts. And you're seeing so many people. I've seen so many different channels, so many top gooners bawling their little eyes out, upset. They're frustrated. They think there's a conspiracy, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, big up DJB.
Big up, my friends. Big up.
I don't know if you all know about it. World-class panelists, world-class chat. Breaking news. There is a conspiracy going on to stop Arsenal winning the league. Right, that's that. And there we go. Guess what all of these top gooners got? They got the biggest birthday and Christmas present rolled into one. Do you know why? Because on the 18th of June, they got the whole entire excuse for Arsenal not winning their Premier League this next season or winning the trophy. Well, look at the start we had. Look at the start we had. That's that. And I'll come back to my original point before I bring Sam in. If you are good enough, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Also, there's a great point to be made. A fantastic point to be made. And Shane made this earlier. And it's a great point. Big up Shane. When would you rather play these massive teams? When sort of everyone's trying to find their feet? Or would you rather play them in December? When the fixtures are coming thick and fast and they found their rhythm? Shane made a fantastic point, and I tend to agree with him. People think that this is a bad thing, and here he is, the man himself, and I'm sure he'll remake that point when we get round to him. It's a fantastic thing. I don't know if you heard what I just said there, what you said in your chat earlier. It's relevant. When would you rather play Arsenal? You'd rather play them teams probably at the start. where you're finding your feet, where you've got more chance of a bit of an imbalance to try and match a team that's significantly better than you, i.e. Liverpool and Manchester City. I'd rather play them rather than full Manchester City in full force. Liverpool, once Wirtz has got going, and once probably Gyökeres, who they'll sign, or Isak's got going, that's when I'd rather be playing them. Yeah, give me on the third game in a season where everyone's a bit rusty and get a bit fat still off holiday. Give me them then. And it was a fantastic point you made down there. And I had to include it. I didn't know whether you was coming on, Shane, otherwise I'd have let you have it. I wasn't sure because I see you in the chat. But listen, I will sort of move on. But that's where we're going from it. Blancos, Sam, your club don't roll like this, but mine sadly do. There's been shitloads of Twitters. There's been shitloads of YouTubers everywhere going, oh, it's a disgrace. There's a conspiracy. Oh, well, they're against us. The world against Arsenal. When are we just going to look in the mirror, Sam, and go, do you know what? After 5 years, Mikel Arteta, after my 5 years, Top Gooners, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's just fucking you. Come on. I need to go toilet quick. But yeah, Sam,
You know
come
what?
on, man.
It'll change when the narrative switches completely around. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just unbelievable. These men, they cry about every single small thing coming their way. Like, it's just laughable now at this point. You've got what's it called? You've got these men now sitting here crying about the fixtures. Well, number one, man, as far as I'm aware, you have to play every team 2 times a season. Aye, Shane, DJB, aye, Tops, am I lying? You've got to play them 2 times a season. Oh, but I've got them in the first game week. And we'll be prepared then, mate. Yeah? Buy your players in the summer, yeah? Get them onto preseason, yeah? And make them ready for the game. Instead, now you've got people crying about, oh, this, oh, but this, about that. Brother, do your job instead, yeah? And the reason why, and Aaron is spot on, why are people crying? Because there's no signings right now, no striker, no left winger, yeah? Partey, if it's true that he might leave, and you might need a replacement for him, yeah? You don't see any movement over there right now. Well, of course, then people are going to sit here and talk like this. But again, they're not going to admit why they're this scared and pessimist. Why? Because they know if they actually admit this, they'll know, yeah, right now the club has failed. It's failed. And this manager that you guys have got now is under insane amount of pressure right now. And he's got to deliver now from the get-go. If he drops off from the start, it's going to be a mountain to climb for him. He will, whether people like it or not.
Do you know what it is, though, Sam? Do you know what I got today? I got sent a tweet on this well beast. He's an absolute spanner, but he's just a top gooner. Everything's a rumor. Everything. Wait till we have this starting 11 and it's all Rodrigo and stuff in it. But 35 minutes after the fixtures dropped, he had that it's a conspiracy, that I knew Liverpool would get a good start. Do you know what the funny thing is? He said, "Oh, Liverpool will get an easy start." Liverpool play us third. So is our Arsenal?
Liverpool got to play Man United as well.
But the thing is, these top gooners do the whole metric of where you finish in the league. So they were saying that United are shit, United are terrible, they're always mudding United are crap, United are this. Well, then this should be an easy fixture, shouldn't it? Playing United first. If United are shit, if they do everything by league metrics,
but they're lying.
Then we're playing the team. We're playing the 15th place team. And by the way, if you want to win everything, getting the good teams early is better. I know Aaron said he was covering this, but I was saying this morning. You don't want them in fucking December, January when you're playing in the Champions League and you're in the FA Cup and you're in the League Cup. You don't want to play United away and Liverpool away when you have another game 3 days later. You want to play them now when the season starts, when their signings haven't settled in.
Yeah, but they're saying this because of one reason, because they're afraid that you will not get the signings that you need to get in time or at all, which will make you guys not ready for the season.
It won't matter. It's just ready-made excuses, Sam. It's what they do. They just preempt excuses. Arteta was asked at the end of last season, in one of his last press conferences, he was asked, do you have to, win something next season, right? And instead of just saying yes, he went off in this rambling fucking load of shit where he named up every possible excuse that could go wrong. He said, you have to take into account injuries and referees, and you have to take into account schedule and the way the fixtures come out. And he kept going on and on and on and on and on. And then at the very end of it, he goes, the few little things that we can control, we'll do our best. Well, that's what I want to hear from a £15 million a man, isn't it? £15 million a year man. That's what I want to hear from him, is after all of these excuses of all these things go our way, The small little bit that we control, not even we'll do that perfectly. We'll do our best with that. That's what he had to say about it. This guy, man, and the fans are a reflection of him. Everything already has been made as an excuse.
Oh, I saw what Gal said. I saw what he said.
I cover him. I try not to watch him during the day because I watch his shit when I'm doing my show. Honestly, I watch his shit when I'm doing my show, and I don't want to watch him too much. But
you're over-exaggerating.
I can't fucking deal with him. I can't deal with him. I have to watch him on my show in the morning, so I'm not watching him during the day because it's too much. But these guys, man, they've already said that Sesko is the new Anelka, Sesko is the new Van Persie, Sesko is the new Ibrahimovic. They've said that the referees are against us. Yeah, well, a computer is against us now because a computer did the fixture, so even computers are against us. You know what I mean? The fucking
they've hacked the computer. Apparently they've hacked
the computer's anti-Arsenal. This computer's anti-Arsenal. Who do they think is out there? What do they think is going on? Did they really think it's some kind of conspiracy that there's these fucking mole people living under the ground going, "Oh, we have to destroy Arsenal"? If you're making excuses already, you've set yourself up for failure. A good team doesn't have to make excuses. And not only do they make excuses, they just try and mud every other team. Liverpool have destroyed the transfer window with signing Wirtz. Get the fuck out of my face, man. Yeah, there's nothing that these guys won't say to defend us. There was a poll done on, finish on this, there was a poll done on Sky Sports. I sent it to a few people, right? That said, they asked thousands of Arsenal fans who would be a better signing, Sesko or Gyökeres, and the majority vote was Sesko. So in 3 weeks, this PR machine that they are, and I include all the mutant channels and all in that, the ones with all the followers and all the subscribers. In 3 weeks, they have managed to change the opinion of the majority of Arsenal fans that a 13-goal-a-season striker is better than the most sought-after forward in the world. They've managed to, in 3 weeks, they've changed the opinion of these guys. And now the majority of fans are convinced that Sesko comes in. And it all comes back to just because this manager wants him, that every single fan will change their mind. They don't look at anything with their own opinion. There's nothing that they view with their own eyes. They have to be told exactly what to think. And they're literally like cult members. They get told what to think. And they've been told now that Sesko suits us. They have no reasoning for it. They don't have any facts. They don't have any stats. They haven't watched the players. They've just been told by Arteta in no uncertain terms that Sesko suits us better, so that's who they think is a better player. They have no mind of their own, and that's worrying. That's terrifying, in fact, to me as an Arsenal.
Yeah. Can I just quickly say as well, we've got 120 in the building, man. Big up to every single one of you. It's greatly appreciated. Please don't forget to smash the likes. If someone can, if they have done already, try and get some links up for all the panel. We'll pin it. And then down the line, we will, of course, get the link in the stream. But I just wanted to say, buzzing, man. You know, there's a good few in the building, and I'm absolutely fantastic with it. We're going to go with tops. What we saying, bro? Oh, you already gone? Yeah, have you already gone? No, you ain't, have you? You ain't had your sound in the league.
No, I've not, you know.
It's because I've just gone from upstairs to downstairs, and my brain, I think I left my brain upstairs, so apologies.
Nah, it's all right, Brian. It's all right. Big up to the DJ B, big up Shane as well. He's joined the panel as well. But yeah, my thoughts on the obviously on the fixtures. I think again, this kind of panic from obviously the top gooners and all the people that are worried about this kind of run is kind of exposed them in terms of them not actually believing in the project. Because in phase 6, I shouldn't be worried about facing these teams at the start of the season. I shouldn't be worried about facing 15th place Manchester United. I shouldn't be worried about facing Liverpool away. I shouldn't be worried about facing Newcastle away. I should be confident in my team in phase 6 after spending nearly £1 billion with the team that we've got, that we should be firing, ready to go, challenging for the league 3 seasons in a row. Why are you guys not all confident? The reason they're not all confident because they know deep down that either the manager's not good enough, the team's not good enough, or both. And that's what I think that's exposed today, because I was like you guys, I looked at the fixtures and I thought, you know what, this is brilliant. This is brilliant because this actually excludes any excuse for any kind of incompetence from the board, the manager, the team, because now we have to go get players. We have to go have a fresh attacking lineup when we go at Anfield at Liverpool, because we can't rock there with Kai Havertz and Martinelli and Saka again, because we've seen we don't beat them at Anfield. We might get a draw here or there, but that attack is not good enough to get 3 points. And for me, we need to start making results. The draws that we had, loads of draws last season, we need to turn them into wins if we're going to win the title, because we've seen we've not been good enough in terms of being able to go to a Manchester City and Liverpool away and actually get the 3 points. When we were in the mud, when we were not at our best, these teams used to come to the Emirates and put us to the sword, beat us 2-3-0 pretty easily. And now it's our turn when we're supposed to be the top dog. We should be doing the same to really maximize the fact that we're on top and better than the Manchester United. I remember a couple of seasons ago when Unai Emery was first in charge, we had Manchester City at home, and they came to our ground and they dealt with us. Easy work, light work. Why? Because they were the champions. They were challenging for the league, and we were someone that was not really anywhere near them in terms of quality. And they produced a fine performance and went there, job done, easy, and off you go. But when I go to and looking at Manchester United, I know this team, even the team we've got now, I'm not confident of going there because I seen us last year go there and we should have lost. We should have lost 2-3-1 and they were awful. Yeah. So I'm thinking this season, the start of next season, it's going to be pretty much the same because, again, I'm not confident, guys, we're going to get any kind of signings in, whether it is a Zubaymendi who we're still waiting for in, I don't know how many weeks now. He was announced in January, then announced in May. Now it's nearly July and we're still waiting for this guy. Then you've got the likes of Sesko or Gyökeres. Just make up your mind. Just pick one and go with it. I want Gyökeres. If it's Sesko, get him integrated into the team and move on because this dragging, it's just over and over again. It's jarring, man. And the thing is as well, you look at the fact that in January, we were told we were going to, get our powder dry or whatever the phrase is for this summer window. And we're still waiting in nearly July. And we've not made any significant movements. There's no one coming in where you look at the team and you think, you know what? This is the guy. These are the players that are really going to bring us forward into winning a league title, winning trophies that we've not done for 5 years. We're still waiting. We're still obviously hoping and praying Berta can do something good. And for me, I feel like the fans have been massively let down because season in, season out, the last, 3 transfer windows, we've spent a net spend of 5 mil. The last 2 January transfer windows, we've not bought any players. And now in the summer one, where this is the war chest summer, the big summer where we're going to splash all this cash, we're still waiting, sitting on our hands and knees, and ahhing between 2 strikers. And let's be honest, if everyone had a choice here on the panel, we'd all want Isak, not neither of these two. So it's not even our first choice striker that everyone even wants. So you've got to look at the club and think, what are we doing? But to go back on your point, bro, like for me, I'm excited about the fixture list. I think, you know what, it's now or never. If you guys are confident in your manager, confident in the team, and confident in the board and this project and what they're doing, you'll be excited that these guys are going to get over the line. Yeah, this is it.
This is what I don't get because there's such a massive contradiction, yeah. So we've seen on the likes of like Harry's and I think maybe on fans, I'm not 100% sure on that, can't quite think, but we've seen on all of them sort of side of the fence, all that side of the fence, it's like disgrace, ridiculous. How can this sort of happen? And I'm like, yeah, but you've done a stream yesterday saying like we're title contenders and like everything's good. So just because you haven't got a fixture list that only spans over 5 or 6 games, that granted it is, there's some tricky games in there. Granted, over a small amount of period, but oh well, 38 games spread over 10 months. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of pros to getting them out the way. What I just don't understand is how can you be so confident in your team but so petrified when you're playing big teams? How can both exist?
Yeah, but it's simple.
Oh yeah, you're lying. You're
because they're lying. Exactly. There you go. Because if you're that confident, you shouldn't give a shit who you play. You shouldn't give a toss how tough your start is. Because at the end of the day, my friend, you've got to play these teams 2 times a season. And I would rather, like Shane said, you'd rather play them at the beginning when things are still a bit rusty, you're getting up to speed and all that, that comes up to play. The only reason why these men are afraid is because, hold on, there's no left winger, there's no striker side, there's no midfielder side, there's no backup keeper even for now. We've seen the Kepa links, but still, the fact that it's not been signed, well, now people are starting here to come on here and then say, oh, well, I don't really like the fixtures, how we signed all that. Mate, just admit that you've been lying. Just admit you're not confident in this team. You don't believe in it. You're just lying at this point. Yeah, it's like what DJB said. It's like what he said on Lee's stream yesterday. This manager doesn't have any more excuses. He can't hide anymore. He can't. Yeah, because he can't bring up the excuse anymore and say, "Oh, but I had a tough start." Well, guess what, mate? Not like other clubs have had tough starts before in the league. Like what we doing here?
But the rules only apply to us, don't they, DJB?
Yeah, no. Do you know what? I'm absolutely sick of it now because how I look at it, this is a team that's finished runners-up in the Premiership, beat Real Madrid, won the quarter-final European Cup. What are we scared of?
Yep.
And they should be more scared of the lesser teams because they're the teams we lose against.
Yeah,
West Ham at home, Bournemouth, Brentford. So if we'd have had them at the start of the season, what would their reaction have been then? Because we don't beat them teams. So it is all absolute crap. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you play Man United on the first day. It doesn't matter if you play Newcastle on the third week, fourth week, Liverpool. You've got to play them. And if you play them early and you drop points, you've got some recovery throughout the season. So I don't understand what they're all getting stressed about. The bottom line is, Aaron and chat, and big up everyone, pleased to be here. The bottom line is that they have got an excuse lined up for every single pitfall or every single hurdle they fall up. Yeah? And it doesn't matter what happens now, they've already blaming Berta, because Arteta said at the end of the season on the pitch, we all heard it, it's them upstairs. It's down to them upstairs. So he's already passed the buck.
That's what he does.
So if all these signings don't happen and it all goes tits up and we, because I predicted we'll only get about 7 points at the start of the season looking at those fixtures. And that's being generous. But then we're just not good enough. We ain't good enough. We haven't got a manager to negotiate teams like Newcastle at St James's Park, Liverpool at Anfield. We just haven't got one. And the players that we're linked to, they're bang average anyway. They're just the best of the bad. They're just the best that's available. Years ago, you wouldn't be looking at these players.
Yeah.
And now we're all gassing up Sesko and they're all saying Sesko this and Sesko that. Why? Because Arteta's wanted him. We ain't even probably tapped into Gyökeres because he doesn't fit. He doesn't fit the style of play that Arteta wants. He couldn't handle Gyökeres in this football team because he would have to then bench Havertz. He would have to completely change the whole way he plays, and it would just throw him. He won't.
And it'd be admitting he was wrong.
And he admitted that he was wrong, and it would just completely throw him.
Yep.
He cannot do it. So there's all your excuses. And as for these fixtures, I've just got to say to them, I mean, I've had a couple of comments on the video I made earlier about it.
Let me just get it up so people can have a little look at it
it's a conspiracy, and it's a conspiracy.
I'll come back to that, Serge.
I'll tell you what is the conspiracy. The conspiracy is the way this fan base protects this football club and this manager. It's an absolute joke. And it doesn't matter. Looking at those fixtures, guys, it doesn't matter in what order we play them teams. We've got the same manager in charge. We ain't winning the Premiership, full stop. So it doesn't matter who we play. We ain't winning it. We ain't winning it. And you can clip that. You can say right at the start now, I'm telling you now, and on your art, if you was to go round every single Arsenal fan, real Arsenal fan, that's us lot, and the people I sit with and the people that I go football with and everything else that I see and everything else, and you was to say to them, are we going to win the Premiership? They'd turn around and go, back off, you're having a laugh, aren't you? We ain't winning the Premiership. No way. No way. So does it matter who we play? We have to play them. But if we're that good and this manager's that good that they keep talking about, there shouldn't be a problem. Our problem are the teams like Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford. So what? It would have all changed if we'd have had them at the start of the season, would it? Everyone would have been happy, would they? If we'd have had Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, everyone would have been happy. They'd have been happy with that. Why? Because we lose against them. I just don't get it, man. Honestly, I'm like you, Aaron. I'm absolutely sick and tired of it. I'm really sick.
You know what it is, DJB? Whether it's subconscious or not, right, or whether they do know it, these top gooners are looking at this season, and when they see that there's a chance we could lose 2 or 3 of the first 5, they are instantly afraid that if we have a bad start, that their manager will get sacked. That's the only reason they're talking, making excuses, conspiracy this, conspiracy that. And if you look at those fixtures, right, I think out of United and Leeds, we'll get 4 points maybe. We'll draw one of them and we might beat Leeds, right? We might draw with United, right? Yeah. We could be going into that Liverpool game going, they're going to go 5 points ahead of us. After 3 games, they could be 5 points
When was the last
ahead
time
of
we
us.
beat Liverpool at Anfield? Can't remember.
We're not going to beat them in Anfield. It's not a whole. We're not going to beat them. And if we lose to United or Liverpool and their top 6 league goes, it's another thing that's gone for them. They have nothing left. They're running out of ideas. They're running out of
The thing is,
things
right,
to defend this guy with. So now they're talking about things like fucking conspiracies. Have we gotten that desperate? Have we gotten that desperate that we're saying conspiracy?
It's almost like a buzzword.
Why would there be a conspiracy against us?
Yeah, it's almost like a buzzword now. I can't lie.
I don't understand a conspiracy against City or something. Not that I don't understand it ever happening, but I understand City fans thinking that because of the money and the charges.
Imagine if there's a sending off in the first couple of games, Shane. Chat. Imagine if there's a sending off.
And there probably will be.
Conspiracy with the fixtures and a sending off. Oh my God, the world's going to be turned upside
and don't
down.
be surprised as well if we finish August, right? 5 points minimum off Liverpool, and we'll have scored
Shane,
one
you even
goal.
said. Shane,
do
you
not be
even said,
surprised.
but Shane, you even say you don't even think Arsenal will get top 5.
No,
not if he's manager. If he's manager, come that Palace game at the end of the season, we won't get top 5.
No,
and
we're not getting top 5. We're probably getting 6. Maybe we might.
If he gets sacked early in the season, we will, because we have a good enough squad to do it with the right manager.
You know what?
We're on the same.
If he's in charge come that last Palace game, we won't get it. Sorry,
you know what,
go on.
as well. No. I was interrupting you, but it's a nice silver lining that segues me into just this point. There's also a silver lining to this for those that do think that's a disaster of a start or whatever. If we do lose to Manchester United or draw, and we have a bad result against Leeds and a bad result against Liverpool, and end say August with 4 points, and then have let's just say we end August and September probably 8 or 10 points beyond the leaders. He's got to go.
It's gone.
So the
season's over then.
Because
This
I'm
season
sorry,
could
it
be
is
over by the end of September, Aaron.
Yeah.
City are going to come out of the fucking
be.
blocks next season, and Liverpool are going to come out of the blocks. I can see both of them winning their first 6, 7, 8 games. I can see both of them doing that, going just tearing away, and Newcastle be in and around them. We can just write the Newcastle game off. That's a loss, right? We can write that off. But I'm with
it's
DJP.
at least guaranteed a draw.
These
So we won't
pricks,
get
man.
anything on target.
But these pricks go on about the top 6 all the time. So they should surely they should want our fixtures to be the top 6. The first 6 games, they should want them to be the top 6.
Yeah,
Because then we
exactly.
go
They should be
unbeaten,
more
wouldn't
worried
we?
about Bournemouth and Brentford and all teams like that.
But they forget that. But they forget
Pick a
that one
side.
very quick. They're like, yeah, but look how good we are against the big 6. You play them in a cluster and they're petrified.
Do you know
How
what's
can we
great as
play
well?
them?
Is when they say, "Oh yeah, I knew the fixtures would be made to suit Liverpool." They said, "Right, I knew the fixtures would be made to suit Liverpool." We're playing Liverpool third, so like, are we shit? Have they given us Liverpool? They've given Liverpool Arsenal early because they're giving them all the shit teams. Make up your mind. Either we're good, we're the best team in Europe, we're the best team in the Champions League, we're the best on XG. So Liverpool would not be getting us if it was made to suit them because we're so good. So why would they do that? It's such a load of bollocks, man. To be making excuses half an hour after the fucking season's official.
Exactly. Aaron, flip it round, right? Flip it round.
Yep.
Because the alternative to that, look who we've got in May if we are in a title race. Is that a conspiracy?
Yeah, perfect.
Is that a conspiracy?
I said this on my morning show. I'm so glad you mentioned it because that was going to be what I wanted to say.
Flip it.
Thank
Where's
you.
the conspiracy? Where's the conspiracy of Liverpool and Man City? Because look at our teams in May if we're in for the title race. No conspiracy now, is there?
100%. And on December as well. The hardest month.
The thing is, you guys don't even. But DJB, the thing is, you don't even struggle.
53 likes. So just quickly, come on, 53 likes. We can do more than that. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah, come on. The top 6 ain't really the issue. You guys struggle more against these mid-table teams more. Those are the teams you struggle with more.
Bournemouth. We should have been hoping we don't get Bournemouth. They did us twice last season.
Yeah, did the double. And the thing is, guys, as well, when Man City get into gear, and like we've seen it with that Pep Guardiola teams, bro, these guys get 90+ points. We got 74 last year. That's a 20-point gap we've got to then bridge in one season with these mystery signings that we've not signed yet. So we better hope that Man City don't do the norm. Obviously, last year was above the norm. That was something they never normally do under Pep, where they just fell off completely. They've still got Rodri back. They've got all these new signings with Renders and stuff like that. So, bro, if they step the gas on it, bro, we're going to be behind quick, like 10+ points behind. And you're not going to catch them when they're in the groove, man. So, the league, you can forget about it. We're not winning the league, bro.
The bottom line is...
We'll be gone early, Tops. We'll be gone early.
This club has failed to do the right thing time and time again. It's failed in the signings. It's failed in the signings. It's failed signing crap players. It's failed wasting money. And the biggest failure is giving this manager another season and another crack at failure. That's the bottom line. You can ignore the fixtures, completely ignore them, jumble them all up, rip them up, do whatever you want with them. The bottom line is that this manager is still in charge of this football team.
DJB, do you know why I don't understand? How we're on the 18th of June, and you man haven't even made a single signing yet.
We're the only team in Champions League. We're the only team in the Champions League that ain't made a signing.
I've actually read something. You're the only team in the Big Six, apart from Spurs, who haven't made the signing.
Yeah,
probably across all Europe.
apparently the rules different for us.
Actually, but you know, it's actually embarrassing. You might need to ask if you might need to ask if they're starting to take the piss now. Real talk, because let's be honest, if you man wanted Gyökeres, you could have got him. He's clearly giving priority to you, but you're diggling around the
manager don't want him, Sam.
Well, why would we want a striker that we've waited 5 years for, and then we wait 2.5 years to replace? Why would we want a geezer that can score 89 goals when we can?
Because Aaron, simple.
Why would we want someone who scores 60% more goals?
He doesn't suit his system. He
can't justify playing Havertz if Gyökeres is in the team.
Mark Arteta's system, he's not going to be here for much longer. I want a fucking striker that's
but the board doesn't agree with that.
Next season.
And he shouldn't win anything either.
What does the board know?
Do you know what it is, Sam? Do you know what it is? The reason that we're taking so long, sorry for cutting across, but the reason we're taking so long is that every other team, full stop, the way they roll is they say, I want so-and-so for this position. If we don't get him, here's number 2, here's number 3. City went for Verts. Verts hummed and had. They went instantly, right, we don't want you then. We'll get Cherky. We have him next. We have Reinders next on the list. We'll get them. With us, Arteta goes, I want Sesko and I want Zubimendi or nobody. So we just have to keep going for the same players, and it takes an age. And then the clubs that we're going for know this, and they go, okay, well, we're going to put an extra 10 million on it because you have made it so plainly obvious that these are the only 2 you want. Arteta wanted Sesko last summer, and it got turned down. He said, no, I'm going to stay. And he just didn't sign anyone. He just didn't sign a striker. Like a baby, he went, okay, I won't have any then. If I can't have him, I won't have any. I'll just go the whole season without signing a striker. And he risked everything. He could have gone for someone else. There's no way that the board said, right, so you want Sesko? Yeah, we'll go for him last summer. We'll go for him. Yeah. He says he wants to stay another year.
Do you know what's happened?
Okay,
Shane,
who else do you want,
go
Arteta? And he went, nobody. I'll wait a year. I'll wait a year for him. So everybody knows that that's the only striker he wants. So of course they're going to jack up the price.
Shane, I'll be real right now, all right? Listen, I could be wrong or I could be right, yeah? I think even Aaron knows what I'm about to say as well. I'm starting to think Arteta and Burr have had a fallout. I'm starting to think there's something that's happened between, because this doesn't make any sense now. Like, surely, and listen, here's the thing. I'm not an expert on, doing these deals, all right? I'm not going to pretend I am, yeah? I'm not. But with all due respect, you can't tell me you're 5 years in and you haven't even decided on a striker. Like Aaron said on his morning show, you can't tell me that you haven't even decided. And let me just make it clear.
Embarrassing.
And it ain't just that. If this whole thing is about it has to suit Arteta's system, then nothing's changed. Or it's a case where he's telling Burr, listen, mate, yeah, you either buy Sesko, yeah, or no one, because I am not having Gyökeres in my team. And basically, Burr might be telling him, listen, it's not happening. Yeah, he might not suit, but he's not ready right now. This is the issue.
Yeah, and we all know it.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Arrogance.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably what the holdup is now, because if you think about it, there was no links to Gyökeres until Berta came. It was Sesko all the way, like Shane was saying last year. It was Sesko. We're waiting for Sesko. Sesko's the player. And now, all out of nowhere, it's this tussle between Sesko and Gyökeres and the massive holdup between trying to get the prices both down between two players. I just think it's a case of, like, obviously, Sam was saying, Arteta wants Sesko. Berta's trying to get Gyökeres and trying to say to Arteta, maybe, listen, if we can't get Sesko for the price, Gyökeres is the best available option. He's going to be cheaper. He scores more goals, etc. And I think there's just a bit of tussle of, no, I want my players. Because you know what Arteta's like. He's stubborn. He always wants his own players. He wants to try and get the best out of Kai Havertz. He wants to try and revitalize Jesus and Zinchenko. He never goes for that option. And it's what obviously we were saying before. His system doesn't work. He doesn't win any trophies with it. So change it up. Buy an actual number 9. You've not done it in the last 5 years. You've got Jesus, who's not a 9. You've got Havertz, who's not a 9. You play Marino, who's not even a striker. Get a proper striker and change your philosophy, because what you're doing isn't working. No one's happy apart from the top gooners. Everyone here is miserable because we don't win any silverware. We have to watch other teams that are not as good as us, like Crystal Palace and Newcastle, but have got a winning manager, winning mentality, get over the line in other competitions that we were in, and we just sit here trophyless season after season, spending more and more money. It's just frustrating, man, because everyone knows here on the panel what's going to happen this season when he stays. We're not going to win a trophy. It doesn't matter what it is. We're not going to win it. And then, like you said, we could be finishing 4th, 5th, 6th, depending on how poorly we don't obviously strengthen the squad. It's just like, bro, man, just when's it going to end? When are we going to actually change our trajectory and just make the right decisions for the team and the fans? And then we can actually be a successful team. Like, I don't see the problem here. I don't see why it's so difficult to get that out of this board, manager, fans, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all want the same thing at the end of the day, but at the same time, it's like, how long do you have to, how long do you wait until you say enough's enough and you just cut the cord and you just go in a different direction? So, yeah, I'm just hoping during the season, man, they come to their senses, and then we get a proper winning manager that can actually win major trophies, and then we go on from there, bro, to be honest.
Well, and Tops, that's why I'm sort of saying, and I'm making this point, there is a silver lining in between this. Like I said, I don't care about these fixtures anyway. We've got to play them regardless. It's 38 games. That's only your first 6. I don't know why everyone's crying. But the point is like I said, that silver lining. If you don't start it well, this manager is gone. And do you know what that would be? And I said this on my morning show. I was like, sack him. Get him sacked by September. Get him sacked by September. Because I would, and I don't know how everyone feels about this in the chat, on the panel, I would absolutely fuck our league up by September if it meant we could get a new manager in for September, and it meant that we could completely just have nearly a full season on getting this mess sorted out with someone that knows what they're doing. Probably even win a cheeky domestic cup. You never know.
Yeah.
But what I do know is the longer this manager stays in here, regardless of whether we're playing Manchester United away, then Leeds at home, then Liverpool away, regardless of whether we start off with Crystal Palace, regardless of whether we start off with Bournemouth, it doesn't matter who we start off with. It don't. Look at October, for argument's sake, yeah? Now, that doesn't look daunting on paper, does it, everyone? No one's crying about our October. West Ham have beat us twice at home on the fucking spin, and Fulham, we haven't beat one there for 2 or 3 years on the spin. Well, like, the problem ain't who we're playing. The problem is that we've got a shit system that's proven over 5 years doesn't get results. We've got a manager who can't manage in any aspect of management, any management, in-game management, shit. Squad building, shit. Substitute, shit. Every form of management that Mikel Arteta has is shit. It don't matter whether we play Real Madrid 38 times. We won't win the league. Even if we play fucking Fulham 38 times, we will still not win the league there with this manager in charge. Numero uno. It's frustrating. I would sacrifice it. I would, to just get this geezer gone. I'm sick to death of how I'm feeling this season. Let me just pull these fixtures off here for 1 second. Then we'll come back up. Lee will be joining us very, very, very soon. I'm not happy with the way things are going, and everyone is frustrating because we've seen everyone crying like little bitches in various shows, this and all that. Wow, it's tough. They've got their excuse now. All well and good. Christmas and birthday for the next 2 decades have came in early for all of these Arteta fans because they've all got their excuse already. It's a tricky start to the season. That's all it was. All right, cool. Well enough. I don't care about that. What my main problem is what about leading up to it? Now, Liverpool would have no real guarantees, nor would Manchester City at the start of the season, though Liverpool would feel better being champions. But guess what they've managed to do in 18 fucking days? They've managed to sign 10 players between them. And we're not talking about mug players. We are talking about replacing a very capable Trent Alexander with a very capable Frimpong. With a very excellent Kirkes replacing players. With Wirtz. We've got Reinders and the Cherkies in at Manchester City. They've spent about 400 or 500 million. Between them, they've spent about 700 million in the last 6 months. What are we doing? We're linked with Kepa Arrizabalaga. That's the deal we're closest to. Kepa Arrizabalaga. And you're telling me to wake up every morning happy and to calm down. It's only the 16th or 17th or 18th. Chill out. Why are all our rivals? Because if you're telling me we're going to be competing for the title, Newcastle, they're not there yet. Chelsea ain't there, not Manchester United, they're not our rivals. Tottenham, they're not. If you're telling me that Manchester City and Liverpool are rivals, why are we not acting like them? They're laughing at us. They are looking over at Arsenal going, Slot. Just going to be us two this year. And Slot, look, Pep's going, yeah. Just going to be a 2-horse race this year. Why? So they're looking over and thinking, sweet, there's one of the competition gone already, and we ain't even got through halfway of fucking June properly yet. Why is that? Because Arsenal ain't even signed anyone. They're doing mega business. And that's what I'm saying from a fan's perspective. Guess what we've got? We've also got the buzz around the place. And that does make a difference. It might sound silly, but if Arsenal Football Club have already got a Rodrigo in the door and already got a Gyökeres in the door, I might not speak for every one of you in the chat. I might not speak for everyone on this panel. But I'm going, all right, we look like we mean business. All right, cool. Manchester United first it is then. I'm still expecting us to do business. I'm not resting on my laurels, but I'm feeling a lot bloody better. What's the reality that we've got? And the reality that we've been dealing with for the last half a fucking decade and nearly $1 billion, and it will eclipse $1 billion probably spent this summer. What have we actually in reality got to deal with? Fucking nothing. Again, the pivotal window that we had last summer, and we are behaving exactly the same. We've got Berta in there who's come to save the day. He's been here 2 months and he's done fuck all. And I'll tell you this analogy, yeah? If we signed Gyökeres or a Sesko and he come in and he didn't score for 2 months, we'd be on his back, wouldn't we? Yeah, we'd be going, why is this geezer coming? If Zubamendi comes in and he's shit, we'd be on his back. We're going, why is he giving the ball away? He's not doing anything like that. So why should it be any different for Berta? That's what I want to say, always working behind the scenes. And me and Lee done this, always doing things behind the scenes. Well, I'll tell you what we know behind the scenes that comes to life is when players perform well and score goals.
Look at this guy.
What we know about this, one second, I've got to land. What we know about Berta is his goals and assists are sales, contract renewals, and fucking signings. And we have not done one of them in 2 months. What are we doing here at this football club? What are we doing? Someone, whoever wants to jump in, take over.
Just basically ripping the fans off, Aaron. That's what we're doing. We're taking the piss. I feel literally, I don't know about anyone else, but I feel that my club is taking the absolute piss out of me. Because any other thing, you know what I mean? If you bought a brand new car and it kept breaking down and you kept taking it back and they kept giving it back to you, you'd want it gone.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
You would. And it's the same as the manager. I'll keep wanting him out and he keeps coming back. I'm turning up at the Emirates, he's still there, doing the same tactics, sideways, backwards. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be real here. Even if Liverpool didn't make any signings and they went with the same squad they had last season, and Man City rocked up with the same squad and didn't make any signings, we'd still finish behind them.
Yeah.
We
nearly did last year. And that's the worst year they've ever had on the
fact that they've gone even stronger, we're going to be finishing even further behind them. And the reason why we've got no one in through the door is because, like Shane said, and like me and Shane said, and like we've been saying, is because this manager is digging his heels in. He's not open to any other negotiation about any other player. He wants that player. He's like a little kid at Christmas wanting a certain bike, and he ain't going to be happy until he gets it. He wants that player. Yeah, but what about Gyökeres? What about Alvarez? No, Sesko. He's the one I want.
I want him.
And this is you can imagine, can't you? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine the
little brat
trying to work with that guy? We've all worked with people.
He needs the belt buckle, doesn't he, Dave?
Or we've all had awkward so-and-sos in our lives. Yeah. And can you imagine it? You think to yourself, oh, for God's... Do you know what? Let him have it. Fucking just let him have it. He's getting on my nerves. Do you know what I mean?
And Jimmy, do you know what it is?
To be honest with you, guys, I want him to have everything. I want him to have his Sesko. I want him to have all the signings he wants. I want him to have all the money. I want him to do exactly what he wants next season, because when he falls on his arse again, we can turn around and go, what's happened now? Where's the excuse now? And I know what they'll say.
You need to calm down, DJB. You need to leave the geezer alone.
Leave him
alone. And not just
leave
that.
the geezer alone.
It ain't even
I
just
think
that.
it's just trying to put dinner on the table.
He's just trying to put dinner on the table for his
But this is
family.
another
Leave
issue.
the geezer alone.
Yeah.
But Shane,
when I was on Potsy's show some weeks ago, I got absolutely crucified. Shane was on it with me, and I said, "Oh, this is a circus, mate. It's a circus."
I saw it.
Oh, what do you want about? It's a circus. Oh, I don't think it's a circus. It can't be called a circus. How many big clubs do you know then have win the dog, take over 2 years to sign a decent striker, 3 years, and then when you're on it with one, you still can't get him over the line? How many clubs do you know that's done a signed agreement, done deal in February, come 1st of June, still can't get him over the line, and then you lie about him having medicals when he's walking down the beach, right? How many other clubs do this? How many other clubs pump this crap out?
You see, but DJB, no other club has the same amount of fucking pleb channels out there that are Arsenal are the most arsehole channels out there, like Pincus, who's in the chat. This guy's fucking detrimental to our club with his fucking low levels, lowering the levels for likes. The guy's a QPR fan, number one, / and then he's streaming the Tottenham scarf as well. And he does videos for Charlton. So the guy's just a sellout, right? He's an absolute sellout. But he is telling younger fans that everything's okay with our club. Cronkies, just give Arteta his striker and everything will be all right. I talk like this when I don't really in real life. This is the problem. We have him, and we have all these fucking other goons like Moneypenny and all out there promoting mediocrity. They've lowered the level of our. They've lowered the level of our club to mediocrity. They make out that it's all about the journey now. It's all about the journey. In this last 5 years, Pincus, AFTV, all these clowns, man, that are only in it for the money and the clout. They have lowered the standards of our club and made us a banter club. And they're fucking proud of themselves doing it. They don't give a shit about this club. He can go on about, oh, bleed red and white. Oh, I bleed. No, you don't, man. You bleed blue and white, number one. And number two, you have absolutely lowered the standards of our club because you do it for clicks and likes and fucking access to the club. I was on a yacht with my mate Skips with £100 in my pocket. Yeah. Well, how are you working from a big, expensive studio then, you fucking fraud? Do not fucking lower the standards of my club because that is exactly what you've done. And you do it for clicks and likes.
They don't realise, Shane.
But they do because they're not real fans. They're not real fans, DJB.
And do you know what makes it? Do you know what makes it worse?
Second, hang on a second. They are fans second, and even third. These fucking I won't leave the geezer alone because he's an absolute fraud. Him and all the others like him. They have lowered the standard. The standards of our club has never been this low in 140 years. Never ever have we been seen as a fucking middle of the road team where it's all about the journey and Arteta just needs his pieces. He just needs his pieces. You're a fucking fraud, mate, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Go fuck off back to QPR, you absolute fucking clown.
Yeah, come on, bro. And do you know what? The second, obviously, this is my channel. If you're still in here, I don't know if you are or not. But, bruv, we don't know you personally, but what we do have an issue with, and this is what everyone on your side of the fence needs to realise, which is why our side won't stop. You are a massive direct cause of the club's failure. Now, you probably won't understand and or appreciate that. That's fine. I don't expect you to get it the first time. But there are two common denominators in Arsenal's failure under Mikel Arteta. You lot and this manager. And you lot enable this wanker. You do, because you sing the North London Forever every weekend. If you go, I don't know if you do. You sing that song, and then even when we're losing, when we're doing this, after 5 years, 19 consecutive competitions Arsenal Football Club has entered, and guess what? We failed in consecutive competitions 19 times. He knows exactly what we need. It's enabling. So the board sat there, the Cronkies, Josh is going, one sec, and he's going, well, I'll tell you what, every one of these fuck stains are all spending loads of money in the merch. Well, money's coming in all nicely. We've got Champions League football. 60,000 wankers are fucking singing with Mikel Arteta. We love him. He knows exactly what we need. Even though if you ask every fan, we need a trophy. And guess what? He ain't been able to do in fucking half a decade with nearly £1 billion spent. Deliver that one. But he still knows exactly what we need. It's an enabler. It's like when you've got a little shit bag of a fucking kid and you look there and you just think, do you know what? If you just keep giving in to him, he's going to still be a little shit. Do you know what they need? They need a fucking clap round their arsehole. That's what they need. Stop being a little cunt. That's what they fucking need. That's what this. That's what all of you top gooners, not just you, the fucking lot of you. You are very poisonous. And don't know what makes me laugh is you all think I'm poison. Shane's poison. Sam's poison. You'll think we're poison. We're toxic. Like we choose to wake up like this. We're all chill outside of the stream. But I'll tell you what. When it comes to talking about football, I'll start talking positive about Arsenal Football Club when Arsenal Football Club give me fucking something positive to talk about. Now, Arsenal Football Club, you might combat them by saying, well, there are things to be positive and talking about. Well, then there's a difference in standard, my friend. And this goes out to you, Papa Pingus, and to every single one of you. Second, if that's good enough for you, this ain't the fucking Olympics, mate. You don't get a silver medal. You get nothing. If you don't finish first, then you might as well fucking finish in the Conference League. No one gives a fucking shit. If you don't lift the trophy, you've had a failure of a season. No one cares. So if we finished 3 times in a row, what was that sandwich between last time we'd done that? A fucking double in 98 and a double in 2002. And then we went on to win an FA Cup in 2003, and then we went and fucking invincible in 2004. Another undeserved, to be fair, but a nice little repay of the 2001 FA Cup final, undeserved FA Cup in 2005, and then the Champions League final in 2006. I probably don't expect you to go that far, my friend, back. But, this is the history that none of you bother to learn. It's very frustrating from us when we're the toxic poison ones, when we're the ones that come and leave the stadium devastated, upset, frustrated, gutted. I can't sleep sometimes and pissed off. Whereas you lot just shut your laptop. Well, the job of Arsenal today's done. We've done our quick little YouTube video. We've done that. Who gives a fuck about Arsenal until the next game? Bruv, it hurts me. Fans like you don't get that. Because you've supported about 10 clubs and you're only 22. You've probably fucking supported more clubs than you've had fucking pussy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's just get that absolute facts.
Why is he so rattled, by the way? Why is he so rattled?
He's come back at me now, Aaron. He's come back at me and said,
hey, brother,
just I go to every home game.
Easy way to...
That's cool.
That's
cool. I'll go to every home game.
Lads, real talk. Stop wasting energy on this guy. Either emails you for the link or fuck him.
Directly. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm just going to answer.
No, but real talk. Stop wasting energy. The fact that he
says I go to every home game. And so does Gunnosaurus, mate. You know what I mean? I don't.
How do I go to every home game? We'll have a little chat if you want.
And where do you get your tickets, by the way? Where do you get your tickets, you fucking brown nose? And then he finished it by saying, "Oh, he's allowed to have a football opinion." Yeah, you're right, but you're out there telling everybody that everybody's fine at my club for clout. You're not doing it because you love the club. You're doing it for clout, mate, and that's my problem. You do it for clout. And sorry, but who on earth are you to tell me what opinion I'm supposed to have? You have pictures of you on the green screen. Yeah, I do, man, because that's what I think of you, man. I'll put you in good company there. I'll put you in good company with loads of the other top gooners. You should be happy enough.
This guy's been running his guns like 2 nights in a row, Shane. Yeah, 2 nights in a row. Yeah, and I offered him the link yesterday.
Because he knows we're onto him. Because he knows we're onto him.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
the only thing.
He's say whatever the fuck he wants.
The link will be there.
Put the link in the chat and get him to jump on. See if he wants to turn up. Yeah, I'll be respectful. I told him that yesterday, but he didn't want it.
He's not going to jump on. He's not going to
jump on. Fucking jump on. The guy's a prick.
And do you know what it is, Aaron? This is the worst.
Don't waste any more time on him, lads. Yeah,
fuck him and ignore him.
This is the worst thing. These people, Aaron. All right, they're robots because they all talk the same thing. I've realized this as well. Yeah, I didn't actually clock this until recently. When one of the big accounts says something, all right, everyone else follows the same narrative and says the same way, all right? But they word it very differently, all right? You got a gal on Northside stream the other day when I was on there. My man said he doesn't want any more project players, but then if he signs, he's going to back him no matter what. And this is the issue. Why are you backing something that you clearly know isn't right? And this is the issue. Then you've got other fans sitting there saying, oh, but, how can you blame Arteta when he had over 27 injuries? Brother, do you want me to mention my injuries that I had in these last 2 seasons?
51. 51 last season.
No. It's more. It's 53. It's even more. This is the issue. These men don't understand this. And yes, I understand. Key players getting injured. Yes, it does hinder you. Yeah, I understand. But you can't keep making excuses every single season for failure. It's just bullshit at this point. And at what point do these people just sit there and say, do you know what? No, actually, enough is enough.
That must be exhausting.
Yeah, but what do they gain by this? Aaron, what the hell do they gain by being this toxic? I don't understand.
What he can do is if he wants to come on, if he does decide to come on, panel will be wicked. We will be wicked. We'll have a conversation. The chat will be cool.
He ain't coming on,
just come on.
Islamic, are you going to sell your soul? Yeah, but are you going to sell your soul for a few quid? Is this?
Yeah, they do.
They do though. It's the modern world, man.
Mate, Robbie's been doing it for time, bruv. Yeah, Rory Jennings has been doing it for time. Yeah, most of these Goldbitch, Flowers, all of them. Most of these people have got Ross Smith as their agent, mate. That tells you all you need to know.
I'll expose Robert.
There's loads of them that have got what's his name, man? What's the fucking guy's name? He owns about 8 fucking studios in one block. What's his fucking name? What's his name, man? His mates with Simon. What's his name?
Or KSI?
No. Fucking what's his name, bruv? Chat. Fucking what's his name?
But it's no different, Sam, to when you see a young one.
I can expose Robbie right now. I can expose Robbie right now, bro. I met Robbie when I went to the City Arsenal game as a tourist. Yeah, this was when City won the treble that season, bro. I met Robbie. All right, I took a selfie with him. Cool guy, nothing disrespectful. Then I asked him one simple question: why have you changed so much? He says, well, when you get closer to the club and all of this. He's indirectly telling me, well, now we've got a gig at the club.
No, I have to do it.
Cal Freezy, that's it. Cal Freezy owns about 8 studios, mate, on the same block.
Unbelievable. The guy,
which is cool. Good luck to him. But no, you're right about Robbie. Robbie's a sellout, bro.
Lee. He indirectly admitted it, Robbie, to my face. But he doesn't.
Yeah, but this is the problem, yeah. Like, I don't even know what I've jumped into. Yeah, I literally just jumped in. It was all kicking off, right? But this is what it is. This is what it's become. Now, these people don't like the mainstream, but then they try and get a job in the mainstream. The only way you're getting a job in the mainstream is by being PC, sickly, toxic, positive, not having an opinion that differs from most people, being rainbow mob, yeah, or being young, yeah, or female,
or having connections.
As soon as the demographic changes, these men are buried, bruv. Yeah, but that's why they keep evolving and changing. Yeah, right. There's only so long you can keep doing that for. Nobody tells me what I can and can't say. I can say what I want. I have to stick within the rules and the terms and conditions of the app I'm on. Yeah. The fact and reality is, if you've got a problem with what I'm saying, mate, nobody fucking cares. It's my opinion. Same as his opinion, you guys in the chat and you guys on the panel have your opinion. Yeah. The only reason people get pissed off with me, I can only speak for me, yeah? The only reason people get pissed off with me is because there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that clip me up, 30 seconds and put it all over their own fucking page on TikTok, Twitter, and then they get hundreds of thousands, millions of views off it. Yeah, I turn up every day. I'm going to do another 2 watch-alongs tonight. Yeah, I've already done 3 streams already today. Yeah, these men are doing it for the fucking clout. They bounce off of everybody else. Yeah, they want to go from here to there without doing any work. Yeah, set up a camera. Yeah, I mean, that guy in particular you were casting a minute ago. Yeah, pink eye. Yeah. Oh, my advice would be get a 700 quid camera, save up. No, fuck off. Yeah. How about do it off your fucking iPhone, mate? Prop it up against books for fucking 18 months. Yeah. And then upload it to YouTube. Yeah. Then go and buy a Mac. Yeah. Then go from there. You don't need a flash camera, mate. It's not what you're looking like. It's not your setup. Yeah. It's what you're saying. Yeah. And what I'm saying is my truth, and the facts don't lie. Same with you guys on this stream. We give you fact-based evidence. Yes, some of my takes are a bit wild. Yes, sometimes I go over the top. Yes, sometimes I get tipsy on camera. I ain't controlled by anyone, bruv. I'm sitting in my fucking gaff saying what I want. And if people don't like it, it's entirely up to them. I don't give 2 flying fucks, because guess what? I'm going to get up tomorrow and do it again. Yeah, if you don't like it, that's you. That's a you problem, yeah? You don't have to watch. Yeah, because I tell you, where I live, Benga Road is 10 minutes that way. Marbella's 10 minutes that way. Malaga's 30 minutes that way, the airport. Yeah, I've dropped my missus' mother to the airport, yeah, and waited outside for my mother to land an hour later. Arsenal fans everywhere, yeah. All the man them rocking up from Croydon in their Arsenal shirts, yeah, sliders and all that. Spud me, G, what you saying? Keep saying what you're saying. Benner Havis Lake, River, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm not a great swimmer. Geezer's a teacher in Soto Grande. I don't agree with anything you say, but I like the fact you're consistent with what you say. They were swimming. I'm thinking he could fucking drown me. Everyone I've met, Diesel Arsenal.
Yeah.
His family have got a gaff around the corner, mate. I went and met him not September gone, September before. He goes, what's it like when you get spotted out here? I said, it's a bit embarrassing because people ask for pictures. I'm just an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Literally 2 minutes fucking later, yeah, in La Cala outside Billy Monaghan's Irish bar, Geezer asked me for a picture. I don't get no hate. It's all on the internet, mate. Yeah, I'm fucking sick of these people. He can do what he wants. He's chatting shit in my chat last night. He's chatting shit in yours by the looks of it. Yeah, at the end of the day, we've all got an opinion. The difference is a lot of these people are monetizing fake opinions, yeah, because it suits the narrative at that time. Flowers is doing it. Gold Bitch is doing it. Robbie's doing it. He's doing it. There's loads of them. Yeah, they then have a go and belittle and look down their nose at us. I'm not trying to get a fucking sponsorship. I don't need an agent. Yeah, I don't need to go to a fucking VIP box. If I want to go VIP at Arsenal, I can phone 3 or 4 people now. I'll get VIP first game of the season. Yeah, it ain't about that. It's about this football club doing what it smashed that stadium down for. Yeah, that all of us, well, most of us have been to. Yeah, that are on this panel, right? And that's what it's about. And if people don't like the way I talk, I couldn't care less. I have people in my chat every day going, yeah, I don't like how you talk, but you're spitting facts. So you don't like that I'm rude with it. I don't give a fuck, mate. I'm 43. Got a problem, turn up and do something. That's my attitude.
You don't need to impress anyone.
Do you know what? And the thing is, I'm sick of these people. Sorry, Owen. I'm sick of these fucking people, yeah? Right? But guess what? Their excuses are running out. DJ, you go games. Shane, you go games. Yeah, you guys go games as well.
Season ticket time, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Chat, a lot of people go games. Yeah, the stadium's turning. Don't let these dickheads online fool you that it's only an online thing. So I'll take her out online for views. If I was sucking off this football club, yeah, I'd have 500,000 subs and earn 80 grand a month. Yeah, real talk. Because number one, I can hold an audience. Number two, I'm engaging. I'm funny as fuck, banter as fuck, and I know the history of my club, and I've been to over 500 games. Can't chat to me. Yeah, you got a problem? Fucking piss off. Go and watch someone else. Yeah. Anyway, I'll shut up now.
Do you know what? As well, I want to jump in on that, and it surprises me when sort of fans that take this and we can smell frauds and we can smell bollocks from a mile off. We know the people that are talking from the art. We know the people that are talking from a script, and whether you like that Papa Fingers or not, you're script, bro. You just are. What does me more in is that whilst that's the avenue you've chose to go down, and do you know what? You absolutely have the right to choose that avenue. You do. But what gets me is you're surprised, and you guys are surprised when you have comebacks like on our end, who like people in this chat, DJB, 50 years. Shane's been watching Arsenal 40 years. Lee spent and gone hundreds and thousands of pounds and miles. Same with Lawrence. I've got a season ticket for a little bit. We've all spent a lot of money and time. We're here because we love Arsenal Football Club. We love Arsenal Football Club. And we've dedicated a lot of money and time to doing that. And when we are here listening to disingenuous bullshit being peddled out, and then you're like, well, I don't really understand why you guys are doing that. It's because we're sick to death of having fake frauds lingering around this football club. And it's not just because we dislike you personally. It's because you are a massive contribution to the failure of this football club.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care about you personally, brother. I don't know you personally. But what I do know is the damage you and like-minded people like you cause for my football club. And you lot don't see it. That's fine, because all you can see is the quids coming in. But I'll tell you what I see. You guys fucking ruining my every Saturday, my every Wednesday, my every transfer window, because you lot support in a stadium and support by YouTube and support by social media, singing "We Love Mikel Arteta." He's got exactly what he needs. That reinforces and enables this fucking failure of a system that we've had, and it spans over 5 years. It's not just this year or this summer window. It's not like, well, come on, he's only been here 1 year or it's only a week into the window. We've got half a decade of reference. It ain't working. It's just not working. He's tried 4 fucking different systems and he can't get it right. Like, why does anyone think he's going to get it right this summer? And we're not even signing anyone to try and change system, and he won't even change system. It's just we've had enough. We've had enough, and we can tell who wants it for the coin and who don't want it, because you lot go, oh, give him another year. Give him another year of what? Because you don't care whether we win or anything. As long as the bank balance looks good, eh? As long as the bank balance looks good. I pay out. You lot get in. I pay out. And I'll happily pay out to see my beautiful, wonderful, previously wonderful football club be success. Because that's what it's all about for me. Going to Wembley Stadium and lifting trophies and hopefully one day seeing a European trophy. That's what it's all about. That's what it always has been for me. That buzz on that 2017, my first ever FA Cup final, it hits different. It does. It just hits different. It will stay with me forever for the rest of my life. That's success. Why was it success? Because we fucking lifted silver. And that's that. Successful season. Maybe not in other competitions, but we won something. We were a winner of a cup. I am sick to death. We can't even get past the fucking 4th round of it. 19, and you lot, this is what makes me laugh about it. You're like, well, we need to win majors. But then when we start saying about, oh, well, they ain't won anything, it's like, well, we didn't win an FA Cup 4 or 5 years ago. So you discard it when it suits you and then regard it when it suits you as well. We see through you. We fucking punch a hole straight through your logic, left, right, and centre. It's fucking embarrassing. It's just a shame there ain't more of us in this world-class chat and this legendary panel. But we are getting there. We are getting there. And I hope to God, either you lot decide to come round or you fuck off away from this football club, because that's what the club needs. You lot to fuck off. You need a big smack on your backsides and you need to fuck off.
Do you know what it is, Aaron, as well? Is that it's no coincidence that the likes of him, and I don't want to talk about him anymore, but people like him in general, the top gooners, the vast majority of them, when you watch them for more than 5 minutes, know jack shit about football. They know absolutely nothing about football. They know nothing about football before Arteta came. This is a guy that said that Vardy's a better player than Drogba, and then finished the sentence by saying, well, I never really saw Drogba play. You know what I mean? You know nothing about football. It's the same guy. It's the same guy that said, I'd rather keep Saka and not win the league than win the league and sell Saka. Football's never ending. This is the same guy that said that. These people know nothing about football. Igal said Fabio Vieira was better than Kaka. These are the people that we're arguing against, and that's why it gets frustrating.
Say you're a gal thing, Jane. Say you're a gal thing about the panel, please. Come on.
About what?
About him being on panels. Come on, say it. I'm dying to hear you say it.
Yeah, that is true. He's not on panels for his football knowledge. He's on because he's a Jerry Springer prop. He's the guy that comes out on Jerry Springer and says, I've been sleeping with both sisters, and then it all kicks off. But that's it. You know, and fair play to him. He's good at what he does. He's good at what he does. But these guys know nothing about football. Fucking Robbie Lyle thought that fucking David Seaman was in goals for the Champions League final. He thought that David Seaman was in goals when Lehman got sent off. One of the most famous moments in Arsenal history. Moneypenny didn't even know who we beat. That we beat Everton on the final day of the '98 season.
And then he couldn't even mathematically work out when he was born.
Tony Adams is standing outside on the statue. Not once when he was walking past after he was holding his fucking latte and his poppy seed bagel. Did he not go, why is that Tony Adams statue doing that? And someone went, oh, that's from, did you not know that? That's from the final game in '98. One of the most famous Arsenal moments ever. Oh, okay, I better keep that in the old think tank. I better keep that in the old noodle. Oh, I wasn't born. Fuck you, Moneypenny.
Was that against Spurs?
This is what we're dealing with. It'd be different if these fans had a bit of sense and they knew what they were talking about. You go, okay, I'll take your opinion, but I think Body's better than Drogba. Right.
Yeah,
you're
that's
instantly
exactly
out
it,
of the
Shane.
conversation, mate. You were
That's
instantly
exactly
out of
it,
the
Shane,
conversation.
yeah? That's exactly it. Do you know what pisses... Sorry, bro, sorry. Do you know what pisses... I'll say one thing and I'll shut up. Do you know what pisses me off, yeah? Right? It's all well and good knowing what goal scorer scored in what minute of this game or what player signed on the deadline day of that window. That's all well and good. That's all well and good, yeah? But I don't necessarily blame these people for that, right? Because the club don't fucking educate him on the history of our club. Where's George Graham? Why ain't he got a statue? These fans don't even know that Herbert Chapman played for fucking Tottenham. Played for Tottenham. They don't even know that. He's got a statue. They don't know any of this.
Yeah, but they'll go, who's Herbert Chapman, Lee?
Yeah, but they don't know half of the fucking shit. Yeah, and I'm cool with that. But then when there's people like us that do educate ourselves in our club, I learn every day about my football club. Now, every single day. Yeah, and the chat's world class. All my chat, both channels, unbelievable, mate. You think Arteta's got a cult following? Good one. Yeah, good one, mate. Yeah, and I like him at Arsenal. Yeah, either way, my point is, I'm cool with them being like that. But then when people like us are chatting, like Jezza, like DJB, like Kenny, born and raised round the fucking corner, Jezza right opposite the ground, his granddad going in the fucking Chapman era. Yeah, and you're talking over him or you're saying he's a fake fan. You've had it, DJ. Yeah, fuck off down the lane. You've been at games and they're telling you fuck off down the lane.
I had to walk out the Newcastle game, mate, because I was going to kick off. I had to go. I couldn't stand it.
And this is my point. Have a bit of fucking shame and respect, yeah? Because if you ain't seen it, I've not seen Maradona's whole career. I see Maradona run up to the camera like that in '94, charlied off his nut. Yeah. So I always say, the best player I've seen in my lifetime is Leo Messi, because I never see the entire Maradona era. Right? My dad says Zidane's the best player he's ever seen. My dad's 67 in August. He's seen everyone.
My dad says
Zidane's
Maradona, he's 65.
Yeah, and I hear that, right? But when I sit there and I say stuff like, well, Bergkamp's the best player ever to play in the Prem. Yeah, Zola's the second best player to play in the Prem, and Cantona's the third best player to play in the Prem. Oh, you fucking don't know ball. You're fucking this and that. Bruv, was you watching Zola in 92? No, you weren't. Was Sharpling. Yeah, that's what pisses me off. When people talk over DJB on a panel, when they talk over Jez or Kenny on a panel, people chatting shit in the comments section. Yeah, if you don't like our opinion, that's cool. Don't be a prat. I have loads of people that watch me every day. Yeah, that don't like my opinion or don't agree with my opinion. They're not fucking idiots. Yeah, when people want to call me a bellend, yeah, well, cool. I can do it better, mate. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But Aaron, remember, trophies are overrated, according to you, Gal. Yeah, Lee knows the clip I sent him. Yeah, trophies are overrated.
Egal thinks that Robin van Persie was brought up in the Arsenal Academy.
But we're all fake, innit? We're all fake fans. Listen, just because you know a lot about your football club doesn't make you a better fan. Just because you go to games doesn't make you a better fan. Just under 50% of my followers, or my viewers, should I say, around the world. I don't care where you're from. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what fucking club you support, if I'm honest. Yeah, but at the same time, have a bit of respect. Have a bit of respect, because if I listen to DJ talking, I shut up. Yeah, if I listen to Jezza, I'm shutting up. Yeah, if I'm listening to Kenny, he's a fucking encyclopedia of football, not just Arsenal. You shut up and then you're like a sponge and you absorb that. These kids have got no fucking respect, mate. Yeah, none of them have been punched in the mouth. Yeah, you couldn't get away with chatting shit like this back in the day, bruv.
No,
like real talk.
No.
Yeah, the generation wouldn't have it. Yeah, it wouldn't have it. And the thing is, as well, is even in this generation, if them fans started coming up, what I'd always do, depending on what pint I'm on, of course. If it's early down on the pint list and the gals start coming in or whatever and start telling them things about Arsenal, you'd just get the old fuck off, mate, please. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off, mate, please. But then I'm pinting and pint not. You know what I mean? Once you start getting to pint 8, to pint 12, to pint this and all of that, they get filled in. I mean, they get fucking hurt. They started spilling that shit because people don't want to listen to it. And it might not even be because they're not being factual, but because we know that they are full of shit. Come on, man. On this panel, I've got some world-class panelists on here, and you're probably all like me. You know, and you can sniff that bullshitting motherfucker from a fucking mile off. Before they even open that pub door or before they even turn up on that YouTube, you're like, yeah, he's full of shit, this geezer. You can just smell it from a mile off. Like a geezer ain't fucking sprayed any deodorant under his armpits for 4 days. You can just smell it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he's full of shit. Yeah, that's it. And we can. And do you know what it also makes? It personally makes me, I won't speak for everyone, it makes me impatient. Sometimes I'm a little bit patient. It can make me impatient because when I'm not in the mood, well, I have to cut them off. Or because I sit there and just think, time is the most precious commodity in the planet. I'm not going to waste more seconds listening to a gal tell me about architects and fucking all of this stuff. Because in reality, fucking, do you know what I mean? In reality, you just go away. It's frustrating. There's no, and like Shane says, who on earth has ever invited fans like that on for their football IQ? He's probably been doing YouTube for 5 years. Name me one panelist that's ever got him on there because he knows ball. Right, like what? Name one. Who's gone and thought, I'll tell you what, he's knowledgeable. Let's invite a gal. He's just there to poke fun at. He's a prop, and he's just that idiot. He's the village drunk without drinking any alcohol, isn't he? You just point and laugh. Like, that's what it is. He's there to get the views up. But when you talk to him, he's... You know what I mean? That's it.
Aaron, we have someone in the chat called Teletubby Robbie and another one called Sutcliffe. They're all just picking names of the people that we mock. Sorry, I didn't mean...
No, but you gotta laugh at some point, innit? Because these people,
that's what you do. It's
but Shane, it just comes to a point. The issue is as well. The issue is AFTV. Yeah, they used to be a good channel, for example. It used to be.
Yeah.
But look at them now. Like Lee was there before. Look at them now. Yeah, they've completely sold out. They've sold out.
Well, they started out with good intentions. But
this is why I don't understand. Are you genuinely gonna sell your soul for a few quid?
They are.
Is this what it's all
They
about
are,
now?
though.
Bro, the reason people do that, is because it could all end tomorrow. YouTube could crash and burn tomorrow and finish. Then what? So they're going to take as much money as they can now. And I rate that. Cool. Good luck to them. Yeah, fair play to them. I ain't knocking anyone who can earn top dollar. Good luck to them. Yeah, how you do it, if you're doing it on a public platform, I can have a go at that, same as you can have a go at me. I'm cool with people having a go at me. I get trolled more than any other football content creator in the world. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, I don't see clips of Terry. Does anyone clip him up? He's apparently got 500,000 subs.
Yeah,
Never seen him get clipped.
Yeah, but he's got so many cameras on, so he never
No,
gets
but he does shows on his own. He has mad takes. Yeah. He's told me for 2.5 years when I was doing shows, you are super duper mixed scary. Yeah. Then soon as Jim Radcliffe went into Man United, he said, well, I'm happy to sack 3 managers a year because now we sort the hierarchy out. His words, I've got the clip. He deleted 2,000 of his earliest videos. He's calling people to see you next Tuesday and drinking Carlin beer on camera. And now he's having a go at people like me drinking beer on camera. Yeah, these people are scumbags, mate. Yeah, and the mad thing is, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm super cool with that. You could do whatever the fuck you want. I ain't paying your bills. Yeah, but at the same time, don't chat shit. Yeah, don't chat shit. And these people are chatting shit. The fixtures have come out today. No coincidence that I told you 8 months ago that Goldbitch and Terry had partnered up together. And then they partnered up together. And now both of them are leading the march of Arsenal and Man U have been stitched up with the fixtures.
Yeah.
Get in there early, guys, before the main... Stop it right now. They're causing a narrative. They're causing a narrative where Sky Sports, the first game of the season, they've got their narrative for the season. No, you've got the narrative. These men don't even verify their sources. They're using fucking rags from fucking Portugal and Spain.
AFTV used the Athletic
to make out we're linked to all these players.
Oh, they're using they're using ITKs as sources. That Suarez guy from Spain for this Rodrigo news, bruv. The guy is a content creator, but they're using these people as a source, bruv. They're not sources. These people are not even.
No, they were losing for Hadges. I mean, come on, do me a favor.
There you go. But there you go.
Yeah, and the mad thing is,
sometimes then they use each other as sources. Sometimes they use each other as sources. So one of them will say, and the other one will use them, and they'll use them again.
Here comes the worst thing. These people, when you talk to them, they're trying to talk like they know better than you about your own club. Yeah,
that's exactly.
And you know what they do? They talk about players that they don't watch. They talk about leagues they don't even watch. Do you get what I'm saying? Like Lee, do you remember you had played the clip? Yeah, I was on a gal.
I had a gal on the channel on Monday or Sunday. And I said to him, how many times you watch Slow Dad? I asked him 8 times. But he's making out Zubimendi is the second best midfielder in the world.
Lee,
I was like, you never watched Slow Dad, mate.
I asked the guy one simple question. Shane, I don't know if you know this. I was in the gal's channel. He was comparing Saka and Rodrigo, he was doing the comparison. I asked him one simple question. How many games do you watch Madrid outside of the Champions League? Lee knows it. It's Lee's got on the channel. It's on the channel. His own words. I can't put a figure on it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but why are you why are you talking if you don't watch it? But I don't watch Serie A. I don't watch it, because I've got other stuff I've got to do. So I prioritize La Liga and the Premier. That's my choice. Because what? If someone talks about Serie A, I'm not going to challenge the guy. Why? Because I don't watch it. So why are you sitting on a stream talking about something that you don't watch? Why? You're going to make yourself look like a complete
making out you're the expert on it.
But there you go.
And then anyone that goes against that does actually watch it is now negative and toxic. Yeah, fuck off. Not on my watch, mate. And I've got a lot of people that watch my channels. Yeah, and my Twitter account. Yeah, so you want to play that game, I'll just do it better than you. Yeah, because I'm a sarcastic, condescending piece of shit when I want to be, and I'm mad petty. I'm the pettiest person in the world, mate. But and if these people want to chat shit, cool, chat shit. Flowers put a video out the other day. Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal is done or something, or terms agreed. So I went live straight afterwards. Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal is not agreed. You want to play that game? I could do it better than you. Yeah, look at the stream we did earlier, Aaron. Yeah, we just took the wholesale piss for an hour.
For an hour. Boy, that was
sarcasm 100, bro.
But look at what these top gunners did to Gyökeres. Aaron, look at the way what they did to Gyökeres. But what they did to Gyökeres was disgusting. They were twisting and manipulating what Gyökeres was saying when he was speaking in Swedish. Yeah, luckily I understand Swedish.
Oh, yeah.
So I listened to that clip, Shane, and they were twisting everything my man said.
Sam, I confronted the gal on that. Because I was on the stream with him and he was going on about us getting carried away about transfer rumors. And I said, not 2 hours ago, you put out a short of a fucking Gyökeres phone call where he ends a phone call saying, yeah. See, does this mean he signed for Arsenal? He said yes at the end of the phone call. And he went,
he was being sarcastic.
He was being
sarcastic.
Yeah, but that's how you end the phone call. You go like that. Yeah, this talk to you later. Yeah. That's all he did at the end of it.
And what does the gal say?
And what did he?
And then Shane, what does he say on Lee's channel on Monday? Zubabendi is the new Tony Cruz.
You can't say things like that. I mean, this is the thing is what Lee said about these channels.
That's
that
mad,
look, they've made a choice to go for money
Cruz.
and all that. That's fine. If you've made a choice to go for money, I understand that. If that's what you've done, pink is them. If they go for money, that's fine. But just own it. You know what I mean? Don't pretend that you are a fan first. If you own it, I will have respect for you. If you come out and say, "This is what I do now. We are a media channel. We have to toe the line sometimes because we work for the club." If you admit that, I will go, fair enough. I don't respect you, but I have a little bit more respect than you pretending that you're a fan first. Pinker said, I bad-mouthed players before. That's why I don't have access to the club.
That pinch is still going on. He's still going on in the chat. Look at him.
Come in the chat. Just come in the chat, mate. There's plenty more space.
What's Lawrence?
Have an adult
What do you
conversation.
think, Lawrence?
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Aaron, can I?
We'll talk it out for 5 minutes.
whatever.
I'd like to educate. I'd like to educate Pinkas in the chat and Egal and all these other plastic deluded AKBs. I know you've heard this before, but I've got to do it again. This is my Arsenal shirt. On the front of it, what do you see? You see a cannon. That's what I care about. I don't see a picture of a Spanish clown with his name above it. You know,
Arsenal FC, bruv.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. This club is going to be 140 years old next year. Okay. And apparently, according to Pinkas and Igal and all these other mugs, they think this manager is bigger than the club itself.
Yeah. See, this is the problem as well, Pinkas. Fair dues to you. I'm assuming you was listening the whole thing, but what I just said is you weren't listening. This is the problem that we've got, yeah? Everything you've just wrote there, you ain't been listening to a word we're saying. You're still in the chat, but you're not listening. You guys do not listen. I think the bottom line is you care way too much how other people live their lives. I don't give a shit how you live your life. And I've made that very abundantly clear. I personally don't know you. I'm not going to personally call you this and that because I don't know you. And I don't give a fuck about what you do with your life. Whether it's successful, whether it's not. Whether you end it, whether you don't. I honestly couldn't give a fuck. Focus on yourself and making the world a better place. I'm focusing on myself. I know it's just so gay, mate. You're a kid.
It's
don't
so
be preaching to adults, bro.
And now we disrespecting shit.
But the thing is, hold on one second. Focus on yourself and making the world a better place. What I was saying to you is, I have problems with your opinions and the way that you've gone about it for your greedy, selfish self, but it affects me. It affects me and my football club. I couldn't give a fuck about what colour your shit was yesterday. I don't give a fuck what you have for dinner tomorrow. I don't give a fuck that you probably come in 5 seconds. I don't care about any of that. Not my problem. What I do care is about this football club. I care about this football club. Anything outside of it's that. And if you was listening to me and you're clearly not, you just want to be self-righteous and condescending, that's fine. But what you've also done is just made it very abundantly clear you don't listen, you don't know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you'd have replied to me with what I actually said. And what you've done is you've replied to nothing that I've said. You're not listening. And what I'd suggest to you, probably as a younger man, is open your fucking ears. And which is why I always put stuff on the screen. Your generation, stop fucking listening with your ears. You have to listen with your eyes as well. You've got the attention span of fucking TikTok brain. Why don't? How about you might not like what we're saying here or how we're saying it. Lee always says that the message is right, but not the messenger. Why don't, instead of acting like a little bit of a wank stain there, pretend just a little bit, why don't you just listen and go, maybe they've got a little bit of a point. You might not like how I say it, and you might not ultimately agree with me. But what I'm saying to you is, you're a problem for this football club. You're not a problem for my marriage. You're not a problem for my job. You're a problem for my football club, and that's what we're talking about. What are you talking about here, bro? Come, what are you talking about? You need to, your generation so stuck up your own fucking asses. You cannot and will not listen to other people educating you, whether it be in the way your ears want to fucking hear it or not, is irrelevant to my fucking mouth and how I say it. I'd probably suggest you've got years of experience in Arsenal Football Club on this panel that have spent thousands of pounds more than you serving this football club, following this football club, who have spent hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of their time more than you following this football club. And that's what you reply with. There you go in itself. You have just showed everyone in this chat and me the problem with you. Right there. I didn't even have to grill you. You've just showed it yourself.
Well, the fact that I invited him on the channel yesterday after he was running his gums in my chat, on my second channel, by the way, and you have to subscribe for 5 minutes before you can comment. Yeah, the fact that he's so rattled on the podcast that I do on a Monday, well, obviously not in the summer, a couple of weeks back, running his gums in the chat. The fact that he's asking here this person and that person and this person and that person for my phone number, yeah, left, right, and centre. Yeah, good luck, mate. Jump on the channel. Yeah. Well, I said this yesterday. I'd respect you. If he wanted to jump on the channel last night, I wouldn't have got anybody on. Yeah, and I would have sat on the channel with him and had a conversation. Yeah, but he won't jump on, bruv. Yeah, and this is the problem. Yeah. He said to me yesterday. He said to me yesterday. Yeah, he goes, "Oh no, we'll do it on the phone, mate. Yeah, we'll do it on the phone so you can fucking chat shit. Yeah, how about we do it and it's documented on camera, mate, with your face on the camera. You like doing camera, but you should do a lot of TikTok. You do a lot of videos outside the stadium with anyone who will pay you £1 note to do them. Yeah, you do a lot of sit downs with ex-footballers. Yeah, current footballers. Yeah, you have a manager, agent, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you go to the office. You've got a whole studio set up. Yeah, so why don't you want to jump on a 45-minute chat on camera, documented? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because my reach is fucking relentless, mate. That's why. Yeah, my reach is relentless.
Aaron, he'll get ruined.
Yeah, yeah. You can have all your TikTok views. Nobody cares, bruv. Yeah. Fact and reality is, I'm not a big-headed prick. Yeah, this football club's been a disgrace. I've seen it systematically destroyed in front of my eyes. Yeah, I've moved here. I love living where I live. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and I swear down, like I said the other day, this club doesn't do what it's supposed to do by that transfer window shutting in September, maybe, whenever it shuts. Yeah, I watch the women's football. I watch women Arsenal. Because I'm fucking sick of it. Yeah, until they start doing what I want them to do. I'll do fan cams
until Arteta sacked it.
But why?
Until they do what I want them to do. Yeah, and not only that. Yeah, one of my pals, his old man's coming out here in July for 3 weeks. He's been going 53 years since a fucking junior at Highbury. Yeah, you've seen him in the chats. Yeah, he's had enough. Yeah, and this is the problem. Yeah, you've got this younger generation that have never seen us win anything apart from an FA Cup. They then dismiss the FA Cup and say he has to win a major. They gas up Bukayo Saka like he's the second coming of Ronaldinho. Bruv, what? Yeah, they gas up Martin Odegaard and say you've got an agenda. No, he's shit, mate. Yeah. I've seen Paul Merson play for my club. Yeah, I've seen Anders Limpar, Freddie Ljungberg, Dennis Burkhardt. I could keep going. Rocky Roadcastle, so on and so forth. Yeah, Rosicky, Fabregas, so on. Yeah, Nasri. We've seen proper footballers at this. Brady. Yeah, we've seen proper footballers, right? So when I'm saying, "Oh, this player's shit," oh, you got an agenda? Yeah, my agenda is this football club's fucking destroyed, and they sold us down the river. Yeah, when they stood outside, and 2002, he was just born. Yeah, maybe he weren't even born then. He's 22. So maybe, no, he weren't even born. Fucking hell. He weren't even born when Sir Peter Illwood stood outside fucking Highbury, yeah, and said, "We've just got secured funding from Barclays Bank and Royal Bank of Scotland, yeah, to build Ashburton Grove. We're going to move to compete with the very best teams in Europe." He weren't even born. And you're chatting to us. Bro, I have a bit of shame, innit?
Yeah, so he wasn't born in 2002, yet he still said when he interviewed Gilberto Silva, "One of my childhood heroes. One of my childhood heroes." What would you have won? He did reply back to Aaron. He said that he'll talk to you on the blower, but he can't have his boat race seen anywhere near that creep Shane. What a fucking clown, man.
Bro,
he's just down the chat there. Aaron, I'll happily talk to you on the blower. Can't have my boat race seen anywhere near that creep Shane.
It just shows the age, though, doesn't it?
But why are we?
This guy, he wants to talk about creep. Yeah, bro. If we expose who you actually support, mate. Yeah. Let's not even talk about creep, mate. Yeah, because you're going in the wrong direction, mate. You're talking shit to my man.
Why are we giving this clown airtime? He supports every London team.
To expose them, though, Lawrence. You have to expose these people, man.
Yeah, Lawrence, you need to expose these people.
Yeah, but we already know this. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, but not enough people do.
I want him to come on.
You know, if it's just
you have to discredit them, Lawrence, because he has 120,000 people on Instagram, obviously kids that think that he's a proper geezer and they listen to what he says. They're the next generation. They're going to think that this club is in great hands and that everything's fine. They have to be exposed
and all mentally retarded.
Can we talk on the phone?
They can't be all.
Aaron, can we talk on the phone?
No, we can't talk on the phone. We can talk at the stadium if you want. I don't care. North Bank. I'll go in at F. I don't care. Come on, chat.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
East Stand. He can come. I'll educate him on the football club. Come in the East Stand.
I'll educate him.
What we did back in the day, we'll meet up in the stadium. I don't care.
I've been following this. I've been following this club.
No, I'm not offering you to have a fight. I'm just saying we'll talk in the stadium. That's what we do in our generation. Just come on and show your boat race. I don't think. I promise you, yeah. Like I could probably feel you probably think, fuck me, we're gonna get pelters, and depending on what you say, you might do. That's all down to you and how you behave. What I can say is I won't instigate any of it. I'll ask my panel to not go, you fucking this and all of that, and we can hear what you say and we'll chat. We do it with a gal until a gal starts being a gal. When a gal starts talking, we talk back to a gal. When a gal starts being a gal, then you ruin a gal because you just like, well, if I'm talking to a 5-year-old, the chat, put it on private. I'll ask them to not say anything. Put it on private. You don't have to see what they say if you don't like it. But come on and have a conversation. I'll go in at F at the Emirates. But look, I don't care. My opinion won't change whether you're on here or whether it's face to face. I'm not after fighting you. I'm frustrated. Not personally you, but you're part of a very big problem at this football club. And you're all unwilling to see it. You're all unwilling to see it. The respect and support and admiration that you've given him has given this manager not only a new contract for £15 million a year, it's handcuffed us to him. We're stuck with him. And that's directly because everyone's going, yeah, he knows exactly what we need. If I was an employer that couldn't give a fuck about a club and then I see a full stadium singing his name, I'm going to go, oh, he's doing an all right job, isn't he? You're enabling the fucking mediocre.
Aaron, the time's coming, yeah? Right, 6th of June, yeah, day after my birthday. My friend was out here. I ain't seen him for 3 years, him and his wife. Sat in a restaurant around the corner. Yeah, having a great time. Loads of us there. Right? Saeed's ringing me. FaceTime. WhatsApp FaceTime. Like, why the fuck Saeed FaceTime me? He never FaceTimes me. Normally it's voice message. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'll pick up. Over 200 South African Arsenal fans in Arsenal shirts. We want Arteta out. Say we want Arteta out. We want Arteta out. Say we want Arteta out. Yeah, and if you don't fucking believe me, go on his watch along for the Man City game earlier. Yeah, go to about 55, 60, 65 minutes or whatever it is. Yeah, and I said, how many people were there? He goes, there was fucking hundreds of them. They all wanted the manager out. He goes, you've got a cult following in South Africa. They don't rate the manager, mate. Now imagine South Africans, yeah, of all ages, yeah, don't rate what this guy is doing. But we've got people that are born and raised around the corner that only latched onto this club because we were fucking winning, by the way. Yeah, Wenger, big Papa Vengs. And this is what pisses me off the most, yeah? Most of these people that want to chat to us, yeah, they want to go, oh, you're negative and toxic. It takes time. Well, it didn't take Wenger time, mate. You want to double in 5 fucking 18 months against the greatest manager ever with the best team, the most money in the biggest stadium.
Oh, you set me.
Yeah, then he got cup final. Then he done another double. Yeah, then he went invincible after predicting he'd fucking do it. Yeah, this manager stood on the side of the pitch at the last game of the season. Yeah, the only player that clapped for him was Kieran Tierney, who's now back at fucking Celtic. That's the only player that clapped him when his name was read out. Yeah, on the Tannoy speaker system. I've got the fucking clip. The only player that clapped him was Kieran Tierney. Do you know how mad that is? And he's shunned him, and he's done nearly 200 million replacing him. And now we're playing an academy boy at left back who's just signed a fucking new deal today. Yeah. Unbelievable, mate. He's signed about 20 goalkeepers, 500 fucking defenders.
Aaron, he's just sent you a post saying he'll meet you at the league at the start of the season.
He ain't going to meet no one, bro.
He ain't going to meet no one.
I'll be there. That's all and chat. I don't mind that. And we will have a football chat. We can.
Why is he so shook to come on camera?
I don't know. If you're happy to meet in place, and I'm not asking physical. I'm not like that. I don't want to scrap. I'll be the same. I'll probably be a bit more chill in person, depending on what crap I hear. Like, because as soon as I start hearing bullshit, like I'd probably just say go away. Because if we can have a conversation where you can acknowledge
I don't even
I will listen.
Come on camera. He loves the camera because he loves doing these TikTok zesty videos with fucking dramatic music.
If he does lives, he'll be found out. That's why he doesn't do lives.
Exactly.
It's all pre-recorded, so when he makes a mistake, he can
and he can edit it out. Yeah, and this is the thing, yeah. This is why these people will outlive them all. Yeah, in terms of content creating. You can have all your contacts all you like, mate, yeah. Right? Fact and reality is, yeah, people are sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe this guy gets so many views. I can't believe this and that. Bro, I'll outlive them all. Yeah, do you know why? Because I'm authentic. Yeah, and this is how bad this football club has finessed people, yeah. Number one, half of these people support the club because of Arsene Wenger, Thierry Henry, Vieira, so on and so forth, yeah? Right? Why? Because we were fucking winning. We were winning. So we've got a global, and I'm cool with a global fan base. I live abroad. My fan, half of the fucking people that watch me are global fans. I'm a global fan now. Yeah, I'm an armchair fan. But they started supporting the club because we were winning. Now they want to tell us, well, it takes time. Don't worry about winning, mate. Yeah, got to give him another go. He's been here fucking 5.5 years. By Christmas, he's been here 6 years. Fuck off. DJ, you were walking down the fucking town hall with Jez. Well, probably with Jez, yeah, without knowing. Yeah, let's get Terry Neal out the club. He got to 4 finals.
And the difference is, Lee, you just said about half the fan bases support the club because we were winning. And yeah, that's fine. You know, you might have a favourite player, you might support the club because you're winning. But we're a dying breed, a lot of the generation. I support the club, and I would have supported the club even if they was in Division 2, Division 1, because I had a grandfather that worked at Arsenal selling programmes. I had uncles that worked on the turnstiles. I had also uncles that used to work at Highbury, mowing the pitch. All my family are from North London, Avenel Road, lived round the corner. I was born in North London, Avenel Road. My sister knows, my aunt knows Jez's sister, and we only found that out by just when we were streaming. Do you know what I mean? And Jez used to live opposite the channel. This is what I'm saying. We grew up with Arsenal. We grew up with Arsenal. I've watched them get beat. I've watched them get slaughtered. I've seen bad teams. I've seen bad managers. But honestly, what this has turned into in this day and age is an absolute joke, an absolute joke. And the problem is, it's certain fan base that's making it worse, and the long-term damage it's going to cause to the club. You won't be able to rectify it, unfortunately. You won't be able to rectify it.
Oh, we're going to fucking try, mate.
Wait, but that's the point we're going to make, and I'll make this because there's facts. If we get this Sesko geezer who's proven absolutely nothing, he might bang. He probably won't. The bookies have been millionaires for years because guess what? They go on this really basic, simple notion. They go on historical facts and produce a realistic outcome based on that. Not fucking rocket science. I'm going to do the same with Victor Gyökeres, everyone. 89 league goals in the last 3 seasons, 43. If you had to put your mortgage on which one's going to score 20 goals for Arsenal this season, then if you put your money on 43, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you? And now, not say you might not be wrong, but what would you gonna back if your life's on the line? The favourite or a 60-1 horse? What you gonna do? It's not difficult, but this isn't my point. So we're gonna get Zubamendi in. We don't know any of these players are gonna go.
New Toni Kroos, apparently.
We're gonna get. Let's just say a left winger. It's not going to be a Rodriguez, it's not going to be this, but let's just say we spend 50 million on a left winger and then 8 million on a striker. Let's just say we have a summer then of 150 to 200 quid. Yeah, that's all well and good, but they're not going to move the needle because, well, for a start, Zubamendi replaces Thomas Partey, so that changes absolutely fucking nothing except he ain't as good. We've got a striker in that we're going to be spending 80 million quid that averages 13 goals over the last 3 years. How many goals has Kai Havertz scored most in his Arsenal career? 13. What about Gabriel Jesus? 13. So we've waited 5 years and 2.5 years to replace Aubameyang, to replace 2 13-goal-a-season strikers with a fucking 13-goal-a-season striker. It's retarded. But guess what happens? This isn't also my point. What about next summer then, when we've got Sesko, who's on 200 grand a week, and then we've got, oh yeah, guess what? 150 million spent on that, and they're not banging. Do you really see the Cronkies? Do you really see them going, I'll tell you what, oh, don't worry about it, here's 150 for Gyökeres. They're going to go, well, we give you money for a striker and we give you money for a left winger. It's not our problem, they ain't sorted it out. And what happened after we spent 65 million on Kai Havertz, 100 million on Declan Rice, and then that money on Timber? What did we have to do the following summer? It fucking crippled us and we had to make a profit. So what do you think is going to happen next summer? So it ain't all about whether the player bangs, it's the future of this club. This signing isn't just about next season. It's about the season after and then the next manager with him. And if they don't
went back
work
to the
out,
next manager, Aaron. Yeah, he was probably
It's
crying in his little
frustrating.
cotton socks. Yeah, never back Unai. Never back Unai. I was going back then. DJ, you were in the ground. Some of you other guys, Aaron, Tops. Yeah. Shane. Yeah. Lawrence. Like, all of you guys were probably in the stadium back then. They fucking never wanted that manager from day one. And do you know what? When they're sitting there talking about the fixtures being a stitch up, yeah, that was a stitch up. We had Centurions Man City opening day of the season, then Chelsea away. That was a stitch up. Now, I think the 11th game of the season, I think we had Liverpool. Yeah, we had Newcastle away. Yeah, in between that. These man chat absolute shit.
And after those 2 games, Emery went on a longer winning run than Arteta's had yet.
Yeah.
Hasn't equaled it.
Yeah, 22.
22 unbeaten.
Yeah, 22, man. I
I
remember.
think Arteta's done 14.
There
Yeah,
you go.
he had our strikers get 72 GA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guendouzi
scoring a
balling out.
hat trick away at Valencia. But it took us from the
7-3
pits
on
of hell.
aggregate. 7 goals in
Yeah.
the semi-final, in the 2-leg
Yeah.
semi-final. Arteta's got 1 goal
Fucking
in 7
crazy.
semi-final matches.
This is a nice apt
It's got to stop.
little segue to just put this up
Nonsense.
as well quickly. Anyone think that Sesko's going to match this?
Nope.
163 appearances, 92 goals, 21 assists, fastest Arsenal player to get 50 Premier League goals, Premier League Golden Boot winner, FA Cup winner. I'm not going to mention the Community Shield.
Sesko hasn't got 92 goals in his career, mate.
Anyone who thinks that's going to happen, leave me your phone number because I know someone who wants to sell you Tower Bridge.
Nah, this guy was so disrespected,
But,
man. Like, honestly.
Lee, getting back to the fixtures, does Man City and Liverpool think it's a stitch up when they look at the fixture list in May and see who we're playing? Is that a stitch up? Because if we are by a miracle in the title race, why ain't that a stitch up then? We've got Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Palace.
Aaron, can you pull up Liverpool's fixtures? Can you
You know
pull
what
up
I
the
mean?
fixtures?
If you look at Man City, Man City have
You
actually
carry
got
on
harder.
talking and I'll
Man
have
City have got harder fixtures than us to start off with. But this is my point with the whole fixture thing. Yeah, who gives a fuck? You have to play each other twice.
There you go.
No one cares.
Who cares what order it is in?
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah, and not only that, when Goldbitch and fucking Flowers are chatting shit and trying to manipulate everyone to millions of people on their platforms there with their fake numbers, right? And then their Twitter accounts. Yeah, and they're trying to stir up don't let the narrative start with the mainstream so they get their story and sensationalistic fucking quotes and all of that. Yeah, all right, mate, you're the CMZ of fucking YouTube. Like, what are we doing here? Right? So they're trying to already pollute you by finessing you into believing it's a stitch up. Go and have a look at West Ham's fixtures. Yeah, go and have a look at their fixtures. I'm not even taking the piss. Go and have a look at West Ham fixtures. Yeah, Newcastle fixtures, Liverpool, Man City. Yeah, you play each other twice, right? Goldbitch is out here fucking twerking for everyone, telling everyone, "Oh well, both clubs won't be up to speed." Mate, the game starts in 2 months. You've got 2 months to get up to speed. Yeah, this is the biggest game in England, apart from the Liverpool Man United game. This is the biggest game in England, other than that game. Liverpool Man United is bigger. It's the biggest game in England, for me anyway. Yeah, Arsenal Man United is second for me. Yeah, and now they're going, "Oh, it's a stitch up." No, you finished 15th. Well, according to these super gooners, the tippity tip top Reds. Well, league finish is the metric of how good you are. So they're shit. So why are you worried?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't lose to the top 6 teams. So why are you worried?
Lee, because they lie.
Thank you. Yeah, and this season they're finished.
Yeah.
This is it, Lee. Like when we had Prime Wenger and we were winning doubles and going invincibles, did anyone care about the fixture list and who we got? No one cared because we knew we were just going to slap up every team, go and beat and do whatever because you rated the manager at the time and you rated the players. This just proves to me that they don't rate the manager. They're just lying to themselves. They don't rate the players as much as they think they do because you won't be shocked in phase 6 when we spent nearly £1 billion of Man United away who have just lost the Spurs in the European final, finished 15th. That we should be slapping, by the way. Like you said, the Centurions slapped us when we had a new manager. Easy work, light work at the Emirates. We should be beating Leeds. We should be having a really good game and probably beating Liverpool because, again, we're in phase 6, slots in phase 2. Like, when you actually analyze these kind of points, you've got to think how much this manager and the team are underachieving because none of these players have won trophies with this manager, with this team. Like, it's been 5 years, nearly half a decade, and we're still waiting for a League Cup. We're on our knees. We're begging for a League Cup. I've just seen Crystal Palace win the FA Cup, which is bigger than the League Cup, by the way. Crystal Palace, bro. This is the levels. And when you compare it to all the teams that, like Newcastle, like Crystal Palace, Spurs have just won a Europa League, which I've never seen Arsenal win, by the way, as well. These are teams that we should be slapping in terms of winning trophies, because we're much bigger than all of them. But we're not, because we're keeping a manager in this phase, in this project where we're hoping he does well. We're hoping next year he's going to turn it around. We're hoping Sesko's going to get more than 13 goals. Guys, you guys need to live in reality. It's not going to happen. We are guys, all of us on the panel, that are reasonable people. We look at facts and metrics and what a manager has done previously. He's not been able to win any kind of silverware in the last 5 years with his own team, with the money, with this false 9 striker with Havertz or Jesus. He's going to get another one in Sesko. He's not going to win anything again. And we're going to be here again next season. Around and around we go, like Lee likes to say. So, yeah, man. Just buckle in, bro. Like I said, if we lose the first couple 5, 6, 7 games, then the pressure will be on. And hopefully we can get a new manager, man, because again, we're going nowhere with this guy fast. I can't even lie, man. Yeah, Liverpool's fixtures.
I used to be excited at this time of year when the fixtures came out. I used to wait up until 1 o'clock in the morning when they were released. Okay. I mean, last night I couldn't give them monkeys. I couldn't give them monkeys who we got. And judging on those first 6 games, right, we're going to be like 10, 15 points behind Liverpool.
Minimum.
I mean, I just don't see us at the games, with United will spank us because you never do well at United. Leeds have just got promoted. You don't know how they'll play. I mean, they'll be excited. So maybe we'll get a draw there. Then we've got Liverpool. Might as well not bother show up for that game. And then we've got 2 home games against Nottingham Forest. Probably get a draw there. Man City will spank us. And then we go up to Newcastle. And we know what happens when we go up to Newcastle.
Yeah, we can't
get
a shot on
goal. Thinking that we're going to be in the title race next season.
And Lawrence, look at the fixtures in August. Newcastle away and Arsenal.
This is Liverpool, by the way. I've just switched it over.
It's easy. That's in August.
Yeah, then look at October. Chelsea, Man United, Brentford.
Yeah, it's easy.
And I'll be
look at
May in between that as well, by the way.
Yeah, look at May. Man United, Chelsea, Villa.
That's
Brentford.
not conspiracy.
Away and all. Villa away, yeah. That's it. Maybe it's against them, the fixture list.
I don't think these people realize if you do your business in time, you don't have to worry about who you play. You don't have to worry about it.
Brother, if you're good enough, you don't matter. Like I said, as what I started, do you reckon Liverpool are sat there thinking, oh no, we've got Arsenal at home on the 3rd and the 30th of thing? They're like, don't care who we've got. Don't care. Absolutely don't care. They could start the season with Manchester City away, Newcastle away, Arsenal away. They'll go, all right, cool. Do you know why? Because that fan base, 1, know they're winners because they won it last year. And 2, they know that they've seen their club this summer be ambitious, go out and replace players that need to be done, upgrade on players that need to be done. And guess what? They are not finished yet. So Liverpool are just like, boom, they're buzzing. I go in some of the chats all the time. They're having a fucking party over there. They're having a party.
Especially when Trent had a biblical stinker.
They'll get Isak.
Yeah. Like, that's what they're doing. If you're good enough, you don't care who you got to play. Yeah, it might look a little bit trickier on paper. And we're all cool to talk about that because it factually is a little bit harder to negotiate. But that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse at all.
Yeah, but Aaron, even harder to negotiate. No, it ain't. Because if you built a squad,
I knew there was going to be a robot. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
No, but if you built a squad, Man City won 6 out of the last 8 titles. Why? Because they built a fucking squad. Yeah. Real Madrid. Do you think they give a shit who they're playing? They're going 3 games. 3 games a week. Yeah, Camavinga at left back, Lunin in goal, Carvajal and Tchouaméni at centre back. Yeah, Vasquez at right back. Yeah, Jude in the 10. Yeah, Modric at 38 last year in the fucking DM. Yeah, playing the Cruz role. Yeah, then they got Brahim Diaz just fucking doing whatever he's doing.
Role.
Yeah, and this is my point. Nobody cares, bruv. This is all excuses. You either win or you don't. Winners win, losers explain. This fan base are the mouthiest motherfuckers on the internet. Yes, closely followed by Man United. What is the common denominator between our 2 clubs? Yeah. Oh, we've both fallen off a fucking cliff. Yeah. The difference is they keep fucking getting finals. This geezer can't. They actually sack managers, pay managers to get out their contract to bring them in. Yeah. And we go, oh, we've got to give them time. Give them time for what, bruv? We're wasting time. They were wasting time. Somebody in the chat a minute ago said, "Why are you sitting in a Real Madrid shirt? You're the problem." Bruv, do you know what? Because I can. Yeah, and do you know what? This club is what we smashed Highbury down for, to be like them.
Do you know what? Sorry,
we're
no,
going to compete with them.
I'm not
and
gonna
guess
have that.
what? When people want to chat shit to me, Aaron, we've outspent Real Madrid for the last 12 years. Yes, don't chat to me. We've outspent Real Madrid for 12 years straight.
All of the thing is, though, you've got to hold this, Lee. All of Mikel Arteta's failings over the last 5 years are because you've got that top on.
100%.
It is your fault.
Yeah,
you fucking prick. After all this time and the respect I've got for you, and it's because you've got that top on.
Disgusting behaviour, mate.
Aaron,
I can't believe it after all this time. And it's been Lee. It's been Lee wearing a Real Madrid top.
Aaron,
I don't fucking believe it.
Aaron, do you think these people would survive in my club? Do you think... Lee, do you think these people would survive in my club? They wouldn't.
Vinny was getting booed when he got fucking subbed today.
I can't stand it, bro.
Vinny was getting booed when he got subbed off today. Vinny Jr. was getting booed, getting subbed off today.
Lee, I want him sold. I want him gone. I've had enough.
Wow.
Yeah. He's been shit for over a year, Sam. Am I lying?
How toxic?
He's been shit for over a year.
He was terrible last year. Bro,
I want him and Rodrigo binned. Both of them are binned. But I want them both gone. And man said, "Why are you supporting Real Madrid?" Because I can, mate. Yeah,
exactly.
This Nelson prick. Look at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
This is what it is. Yeah, people say, "Oh yeah, but Real Madrid. Oh, anyone can win there." Cool. Well, since we last won a league title, they've sacked 10 managers that won fuck all.
Lopetegui. Yeah. Should we go?
Camacho.
Yeah.
Fat Rafa Benitez.
Yeah. All right.
Pellegrini. 96 points sacked. Yeah,
like Thomas guy as well. Thomas. Yeah.
But there's loads. They've sacked 10 managers since we last won a title that didn't win a thing at Real Madrid. Now look at the success they've had since 04.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. But anyone can win there. Oh, but it's Madrid. They're different. Well, we've outspent them as well for 12 years. 12 straight years. If you go and have a look at how much we've spent, we've outspent them.
Well.
Yeah, until January,
in Europe.
Yeah, just quickly, I've got to get this from Such. It's been sat here for so long. There's been a couple of times. I do apologise. He's our brother from down under. Big up to you, Such, man. He supports all the channels, man. Our absolute fridge freezer.
Right, this game's end to end, by the way.
Shane Stream, no one talks about Fulham, West Ham, Burnley. Exactly right. And what he's referencing, just so I can get it on screen for people, so we can absolutely see from all angles.
Wait, is that Solomon Rondon?
Fulham, the West Hams, the Burnleys, and the Palace.
Oh, that's Solomon fucking Rondon up front.
Yeah, it is.
How old is he now? 40. What the hell? Is he still playing?
Hell, bro. Market opportunity.
Just quickly, I've got back up to this. Yeah, and he's saying, you're quite rightly saying in the October, look at the games that we got there. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's looking at that October and going, oh, that looks fucking rosy. West Ham's beat us fucking without reply twice. Fulham, we can't beat in the last 3 seasons. Palace, I mean, they're all right, and Burnley will be tricky. We've struggled.
Look at December.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's the same for everything, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But that's fact, Suits, man.
Look at December.
Yeah, let's have a little look. Hold on a second.
Look at December. You're telling me that ain't fucking every game's a win? Super duper Mick, best winger in the world, best goalkeeper for 2 years, best defense. Declan Rice score 3 kicks. You know, we've got a set piece coach. You know, fucking we're amazing. Generational manager. Yeah, we're going unbeaten all season.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, me and Lee said this. Yeah, let me pull this off just quickly, and I'll get that other one. Suge, apologies, bro. Yeah. Come on, man. Me and Lee done that stream, yeah, and we was talking, and basically we've come to the conclusion. We went through all of Arsenal's fixtures, and we was like, do you know what? That's it. Is yours gold? No. We're going to be Centurions this year, whilst going invincible in the Premier League. Because that's what these pitches are like. So we're going to win all of these games. We're going to get an invincible is yours platinum trophy at the end of the season. That's what we've got. And do you know what? We're signing Zubimendi. So that means we're probably going to be getting a Carabao Cup there or thereabouts. We've got the ball as well. That's going to be the same ball next year. And we've already got experience with that. So that's 2 trophies in the bag. We might, depending on what Wigan we get, you know what I mean? There's at least a Champions League final. Don't worry about it. We've got it all in the bag. Do you know what I mean? According to the top Gooners, we've got the top 6. We've got the big 6 table. So that should be the whole first sort of 6 of that fucking fixture list sorted then. So we're the best in the top 6. We're topping them tables. That's cool. The first 6 games will be a breeze. And then the rest of them, plain sailing. We'll win the league by the 10th game. That's what we'll do. Me and Lee are going to buy Champions 25 on every single 26 on every single bit of merch there. It's already done, boys. That's it.
Have we booked Budapest yet, Aaron?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's already done, mate. Me and Lee have got the Valentine's schedule, mate. Don't worry about that. We've got the Valentine's suite, mate. Me and Lee, I booked it all. We're all
You
good.
forget, Aaron, that we hold the record for the number of victories up on the last game of the season.
Oh.
We've won 15.
Oh, we got that.
We've won 15 away.
We've got that record.
Every
We've got
record
Christmas
trophy.
Day champions 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
The 6 years work has paid off. The 6 years work has paid off.
Don't forget as well, we've got the calendar year
now I'm
cup a
happy.
few times.
Now I'm happy. Now I'm in Campinkus
Don't
now.
forget
I'm in
when we done
Campinkus.
the treble over PSG in the XG Cup as well. Took the piss out of them. Rory give us that stat, and do you know what makes me laugh? One, well, no one gives a fuck about that stat anyway. But two, no one would have known or cared if he didn't say it. All he done was just bring something so pathetic and irrelevant into our lives that changed nothing, but make me think he's more of a cunt than I already think he is. What are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? Well done, Rory. Huh?
And Lee, here's the worst thing. Aaron, here's the worst thing. Arteta then sitting there on that PSG game saying, "Oh, they admit we were the better side," ultimately lying to people.
Yeah.
Yes,
They laughed when he said it.
Yeah,
They
the
laughed
guy's a
when he said
liar. Yeah, the guy's a liar. Guy's an
I get
absolute
called.
liar.
Sorry, bro. I got called toxic because I want results. That's all we want, brother. It's a results game. But I still going to be getting up between midnight, and that's why you lot get respect. And that's what a good thing about YouTube has woken me up to all of you guys. That it isn't as convenient for like me. You guys, you're living what? You're 12 hours behind there or thereabouts. You know what I mean? You're getting up at midnight, 1:30 a.m. for certain games, 6 a.m. for 5 o'clock games. And then you've got to go to work after that as well, man.
Yeah.
And not only I'm going to angle this at you, but any single one of you in the chat that's in a country, no matter where it is, and you're getting up at silly o'clock, you know, you're moving your shifts around, you're going to do work just to support this football club. Do you know what? I've cottoned on to every single one of you, man, and I didn't ever give you enough credit. Big up to every single one of you, man, because you put a shift in. You lot put a fucking shift in to watch this football club, and you don't deserve what you watch.
Yeah.
You deserve more.
Look at my eyes, Aaron. This is from getting up at 4 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
You look fucking 30 years old before Mikel Arteta came here, didn't you?
Yeah.
You thought he would have born in the 90s before Mikel Arteta rolled up here.
I used to be in NSYNC.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking funny. But do you know what I mean? It does though, didn't it? And if it doesn't fucking on the exterior age, it does something up here, doesn't it? They will never know that, but they will never know that because once the game's done, all right, well, sweet, let's go for a beer and then go home. Who gives a fuck about Arsenal until an hour before when we can quickly have a beer? That's what their lives is. Or shut the laptop lid. I'll start talking English in a second. Shut the laptop lid. There we go. Arsenal forgotten about because they're our job and not who I support. We're the ones that pay all the prices. Yet we're the ones that get all the stick. Funny old world, isn't it? What can you do though? We got an OG in the building. Joseph Connor Golden, man. Big up to you, brother. Mikel Marino, unlock Martinelli, remember? I said this on Lee's earlier. We managed to unlock Mikel Marino. The only problem is there's another 45 padlocks to go. Do you know what I mean? So what are we doing here? And we got Chartanya. Big up to you in the building. I've seen you in a few chats. I think this might be one of the first times I've seen you in mine. So big up if it is and apologies if it isn't. We lose the league at home anyways. Always anyway, sorry. And you know what? If we don't sign anyone, we'll probably just be losing the league at home to Leeds regardless. Yeah. Because, I mean, we all know it. D, you've said it for a long time. We'll be done by Christmas. I'm praying it'll be done by September, the September sacking. Come on. We've got to put our hands together for that and pray Mikel Arteta can get out this fucking football club. But big up to you, Chartanya. And there's just one more, and it's our brother Gianni, man. Come on. Proper Napoli, proper geezer. Proper fucking knowledgeable motherfucker. We love a bit of Gianni across all the chats, man. Big up to Panel of Legends. Big up to you, you absolutely superstar, bruv. The fixtures are the wake-up call Top Gooners need. Arteta out, Top Gooners out. Do you know what? The problem is, though, that's their excuse equally. They'll still find some little bitch route out of it, Gianni. But you're right. You're right. And I think the avenue you're going down is if we start that Manchester United fixture, let me go with this. If we start that Manchester United fixture and we don't win it, that makes every other fixture so much worse. Arsenal Football Club, if they, I know it sounds silly and ridiculous to say after match day 1, but if Arsenal Football Club don't win that first game against Manchester United, it's going to be a hell of a next 2 months. I'm telling you. That might sound ridiculous.
Could you imagine?
Exactly right. And then what's the next
game?
game?
Liverpool away. Then Liverpool away. That's what I said earlier. We could be losing that Liverpool game and going 5 points behind or 6 points behind. It could be absolutely horrendous. You know what I mean? And then it just looks completely different. And then the questions will have to start getting asked, and that's when he'll start losing it in press conferences.
And Shane,
that's when the top gooners will come out and start getting desperate as well.
Shane, could you imagine if Amarin finishes above Arteta next season? Could you imagine?
I can imagine it. I don't think it'll happen, but I can imagine it.
Yeah, I'll throw a worse one in. Thomas Frank finishing above Arteta.
Thomas Frank's first full competitive game, he could win a trophy.
Imagine if Tottenham
European one as well.
He's a good manager.
Yeah, exactly, Lawrence. If they win that Super Cup, then what? Then they've won 2 European trophies in a couple of months.
He's a good manager, mate. He's a good manager.
Chelsea
equaled our 139-year European fucking history.
Right,
in 3 months.
Just to change the subject slightly, sorry to butt in.
Xavi
Alonso's first game today, they drew 1-1. Yeah, Valverde missed a penalty right at the end. The keeper actually saved it, great save. But listen to this. Trent's a very talented player. Yeah, but at this level, talent alone isn't enough. He needs to work harder physically and become more consistent, especially defensively. He has to meet the standards set for fitness, discipline, and effort. That was his first game for Real Madrid.
What a love.
Yeah, for the manager and for Trent.
No. Lee. He's talking bollocks. Cool. You want to do that? That's fine. Why did you bring Vasquez up? Why did you bring Forte up?
Yeah, to be fair though, I'm not trying to tell you how to support your club because you know him way better than me. He was fucking awful, Trent. But the worst player on the pitch was Vinny Jr.
Lee, I didn't even want Trent at my club. I didn't want
I love you, son.
He can't defend.
I'm lagging. I'm going to jump out and come back in,
DGB, he's standing there, but the thing is, the Al Hilal left wing is coming towards him, and he's standing there. He's not even there. He's jumping out of the way instead of attacking the guy. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
He's not a defender, man.
He can't even.
He's not a defender.
So this is the thing. When I had what was it that I was receiving earlier? When I then said I don't want Trent at Madrid, I don't want him. Yeah. Instead of listening, let's give this man death threats and abuse. But now these men are starting to realize what's going on.
But on the flip side to that, Sam, all these journos and media that we have over here butter Trent up as if he's like, he's a world class.
Fabrizio.
Xavi Alonso has called him out after one game. He's got to work on his defending.
How can you be one of the best defenders if you can't defend?
That's the difference.
I've never understood
That's the difference.
I've never understood the rep. I think
Just ever so quickly,
he does with the ball.
Just ever so quickly, Sarah, I believe in equality, so I'm going to talk to you like I would a man. If you don't like my show and the way I deal with it, fuck off. There's an X in the right-hand corner. Piss off. Go away.
Yeah, come on. Aaron's a good
quality
man.
and all of that.
Yeah, come on. Aaron's a good man. Come on. Aaron's a good man. Aaron's a good man.
Just go away.
Go on,
what did you make of Trent Alexander-Arnold trying to speak Spanish at the press conference the other day?
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. If I speak,
do you reckon he just revised that? Do you reckon that's right? And Lauren counted all the words.
If he had been asked a question or something.
Lauren counted all the words. She said it was 120 words. I said, which one was your favourite? She said, gracias. What a goal. What a fucking goal that was. Oh my days.
He's going to find it hard to play his football.
Bro, do you know what it is? It's not even about.
Do you remember that joke when we were kids? What do you call a Spanish footballer with no legs?
Yeah.
Gracias.
No, but do you know what it is? It's not even about. It's not even about playing hard. It's not about finding your place. It's about in here. If you don't perform here, man, you're gone. Like you're gone, and you'll get abused left, right, and center. It doesn't matter. Which is why when these fans have a go at you, man, these people wouldn't survive 1 week at my club. They wouldn't survive 1 week at Real Madrid. They wouldn't. They wouldn't survive a week.
How do you think Xavi Alonso would do? Because like your club are relentless here. Let's say I said this on my show earlier. Let's say Barcelona win 10 out of the first 10 games. They win them all, 30 points. Let's say you lose 3. Yeah. Do you reckon they'll bin him? Because I don't think they will. I think they'll give him a bit more time. Maybe another 5-10 games. Then I think they'll bin him.
Look, they've said they'll give him the season. But I've said this before. He gets binned, no worries. But if you bin him, half of this team goes with him. That includes Vinny. That includes Rodrigo. And you know what? I'm going to go even a step further. Yeah? You man can sit here. They can clip it all they want. Even Bellingham. Yeah? Even Bellingham.
Mute, guys, mute. That's going to get him done for copyright who's ever watching football.
Yeah. Guys. Yeah, even Bellingham. I'm willing to ship him out so if that happens. Someone, has to get parted with Alonso if that happens. I'm telling you right now. But there will be more signings coming. At least 2 more. Yeah, because I've got the Spanish Calafiore in Garcia at left back who can't even trap a ball properly. Nah, Lee, he is.
He's rubbish.
No, Lawrence, stop. He'll get done for copyright, mate.
He's done for copyright.
Yeah, he'll be done for copyright, bro. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it's embarrassing. And as for this Nelson guy who keeps sitting there cussing me out, brother, respectfully.
No, he's a troll, man. He's a troll. You see him in my show, he's a troll.
Yeah, I know
Big
more
up
about
Nelson.
myself than you ever will. Yeah. Enough.
No, but you're right though. Like a lot of that squad are not good enough. Yeah,
no,
right. They're not. Jude Bellingham was fucking awful today.
Yeah,
and people just say, "Oh, it's the first game in the competition." No, he's been awful since the first 3 months he played for Real Madrid. First 3 months, even with the GA, take the GA out, he was actually playing well for the first 3 months. After that, he believed the hype, getting man of the match every week, and all of a sudden, he's gone off a cliff. His ego's gone through the roof.
Do you know what?
Same for Vinny Jr.
Do you know what is? I think Jude will be much better under Alonso. But someone like Vinny or Rodrigo, one of them two, I want one of them gone. If you might want Rodrigo, pay me 90 million and I'll happily give it to you. Just pay me the 90 million you can have. I'm not even lying.
He ain't leaving. He's not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
Nice.
DJB, you got to shoot off, my friend.
Yeah, I've got to bounce, my friend.
What
up in
an
the morning.
absolute pleasure it is to have you on here, brother. Come on, man.
No, thanks, Aaron. I said I'd come on. Bless up, Aaron. Thank you for inviting me on. Bless up the panel. Lee, Shane, everyone, as always. Love, respect, my friends. You take it easy. Bless up the chat.
See you later, DJB. Be safe, brother.
Yeah, take care,
brother.
Take care, man. Take care.
Yeah, love you, brother. And big up, man. Come on, big up to DJB, man. I'm sure his link's pinned there.
If you're not watching this Pachuca game, because I'm 45 minutes late for that watch along, by the way. Just letting you know.
Nobody cares. Yeah,
exactly. Nobody cares. Well, actually, maybe the 25 people sat waiting probably care. But the goal was sick. The goal was class. They're in
Arsenal,
again.
You need to be patient.
He's in again here. Oh, what a tackle!
24 people waiting.
Lee, I'll see you on Sunday on that watch along, mate.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, we'll cook this.
Look at the level of tech. Look at this. This has been end to end. This game. Level of tech, the finishing.
Actually, can I ask you guys on the panel one question?
Solomon Rondon.
Can I ask you one question on this panel? Shane, you guys as well. What do you prefer, pace and power for a player or technical ability? What do you guys prefer?
Technical ability, all day long. Technical ability.
Technical.
Without a doubt.
Technical.
Bergkamp wasn't quick. That answers the question. Zidane wasn't quick.
Santi wasn't quick. Yeah, Fabregas weren't quick.
Maradona wasn't even that quick.
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez weren't quick.
Iniesta.
Yeah, none of them were quick.
All the best players.
Alexis, man.
All the best players.
Mm.
Henri had both.
What an absolute geezer that was. And we've seen ballers like that, and then we're creaming over Sesko.
From Henri to Sesko.
I know and appreciate that the standards in player and football has dropped significantly, but like it doesn't mean to say your identification of a quality player before and what one is now. Darius Vassell would probably be one of the best strikers in the world in this era. It probably would. Emil Heskey. They would. They'd be bagging goals for fun in there. Why? Because they're facing crap defenders who play out from the back and give them the ball off.
Can you imagine Michael Owen playing in this era?
In his prime.
Oh, 18.
Robbie Fowler, Fernando Torres.
Drogba.
He'd be killing it. It'd almost be like a prodigy.
Could you
like Willie was, wasn't he?
I'm going to have to
Anyway.
reboot my PC because I'm lagging, but I'll come in about 5-10 minutes and I've got to bounce here.
Yeah.
Not even that, Aaron. Imagine Puskas, Stoichkov, these men. Imagine these men playing in this era. Well, they destroyed this era, bro. They rip him apart.
I'll give you one. Any of you remember Liam Brady?
What a guy.
Oh, no, I obviously know of him. I don't.
He'd be winning the Ballon d'Or.
He'd be winning the Ballon d'Or, yeah. He nearly did. Sure, he came close enough at Juventus. He came close enough at Juventus. Probably should have won it. He balled out there, man. Absolutely balled out there.
Well, but
only allowed one foreigner at the time. That's what shows the quality.
But this
Man.
is
Look at
but that's the thing. Look at the ballers that have been there before. Look at the crap you've got. Appreciate now. In it, Martin Odegaard, these types of men, bro. These men are nothing. They wouldn't even survive in these eras, but they wouldn't survive there, bro. They wouldn't.
Not, mate. They wouldn't. They wouldn't make it out alive against that. Could you imagine the likes of? And I'll even bring an Isak into it. But they're coming up against Maldinis and Nestas and Adams and Rio Ferdinands and Vidics and Ferdinands. Bro, they're getting 10 league goals a season. It's it's as simple as that. Holland might be able to put himself about a bit, but he's still not getting the same numbers.
Aaron, Holland wouldn't even hit those numbers.
He's not going to get ridiculous numbers like he is now. Maybe he would because he can put himself out a bit. But no, the strikers especially, man, are poor. Like, I mean, it is a drop-off. Like a nasty drop-off. And that's cool. There's nothing we can do about it. But, sorry, good Shane.
No, sorry. No, I was going to say in 2004, prime Nicholas Anelka, as in 28 years old, was playing for Bolton because all the other teams ahead of them were so stacked with forwards that was the highest.
He club off, didn't he? He was at a crap Manchester City. He went to a not really flying Liverpool, wasn't he? You know, they weren't banging that way when he was there.
Well, he went on loan. He went on loan to Liverpool, and they wanted to keep him, but I think it was Studio signed Heskey instead. I think.
What a mistake!
Yeah.
Well, what a mistake that was. I mean, let's get that right.
He was an absolute player. Henri, he was the one in Clairefontaine when he was there with Henri and all. Anelka was the one they were talking about. Anelka was the player. It wasn't Henri, and it wasn't the ones that came along, Trezeguet and stuff. It was Anelka. If he hadn't left us, man, he would have gone on to be an absolute world beater. He still did really well. Let's get it right. He won fucking shit with Chelsea and stuff like that too, and he won stuff with Madrid. Of course, he didn't really ball out over there, but he wasn't really given a chance. But he was just, even Henri says that Anelka was a better striker than him. You know what I mean? Like Anelka, that 2 years with us, Lawrence will remember, and most people here will remember. Bergkamp just had to flick it through, and that was it. It was a goal. Every single time it was a goal when he burst clear. Fucking 18, 19 doing it as well, by the way. You know what I mean? He wasn't 22, 23. He was fucking 17, 18, 19 when he had his years with us. But this, like, as I went through that on my stream the other day, I pulled up just the top scorers in England in that era. Like, say, I think it was 98, I pulled it up. And it was Anelka, Bergkamp, Sheringham, Cole, York, Shearer, Michael Owen. It just went on and on and on and on. And this is just in England.
It does, mate.
Just in England.
It's ridiculous. Probably over a set couple of years and all. It's madness. I do want to bring in Brandon. Big up to you. Thank you very much for stopping by again. I don't know how much of it you listened to, where we're at. I'm sure you're probably going to be able to gauge roughly what we've been talking about and whatever. Where do you want to jump in, my friend? The floor's yours. Say whatever, however you want.
Transfers, of course.
What else?
Oh, dearie me, guys.
What a window, Brandon. What a window.
Brandon, it's like Craig David, 7 days, isn't it? Talk to Sesko on Monday, then Victor on Tuesday. We signed Kepper on Wednesday, on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and still done fuck all on Sunday. Innit? Come on, man. Where we at, bruv? Come on, help me out, please, Brandon. Come on, cheer me up.
I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say.
Hope you will, Brandon. Hope you will, man. Hope you will.
In January, we got nobody because there was a plan for the summer. A plan for the summer. Well, I'd love to know what this plan is. I really would. I'd love to know what this plan is. What's the plan? Oh, let's get Andrea Berta in because he's an experienced guy. He can be the fall guy, for our fuck-ups, basically. Yeah, that's what's going on here, boys. I'm telling you now. There's more to this than meets the eye. I'm telling you that now for a fact. Why is it that we're watching every other club other than Arsenal signing players?
Brandon, every team in the Big Six have signed a player except for Arsenal and Tottenham. Everyone.
Exactly. Every club is signing players right now, and Arsenal are still going, Gyökeres, maybe. Sesko, maybe. Yeah? And that would be okay if we needed one player to complete the team. We don't need... I was trying to explain this on Potts' channel last night, right? Because you know what it's like. You get some fucking deluded motherfuckers who genuinely believe in this PR process and all the rest of it, right? And they back it to the hill. I had fans telling me yesterday, that if Arsenal don't do what is required in this summer transfer window, sack Andrea Berta. And I'm thinking, hang on, what's happened here, guys? What happened to give people time? What happened to all of that? You know, when it comes to Berta, at least we can lean on the fact that he's experienced. At least we can lean on the fact that he has a proven track record. We've seen him sign players for Atletico Madrid.
Rodri.
Won them a league title that has also helped them to a Champions League final, right? So the guy has been there before, with a team in La Liga that is, the third best team in La Liga. They're not the best, they're the third best, right?
And so their finances are nowhere near Barcelona Madrid. They're nowhere near.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. So we know that this guy has the experience to do it. But they're saying, sack him if we don't do what's required in the summer. But then they've had 6 years of trusting in a guy who had no experience, who hasn't proven yet that he can win anything at Arsenal except from an FA Cup, which he did. Well, when he came in, he was like midway through that competition anyway. He only had to play 2 or 3 games and then he won it. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, there's
Then Brandon, you asked him that as well on pods. You asked him, well, why should sack him after 1 season?
Yeah.
Well, because he's got the easiest job. He's got the easiest job in the world. He just has to sign players. These people are dumb. They're genuinely dumb.
Yeah, but this is what I mean, Sam. Right? People think that Andrea Berta's job is easy, right? And I try to explain to people, right? Because they're looking at him and they're going, right, your job's easy, mate. All you got to do is come in and sign, 3-4 top players and make this team go to the next level. It's not as easy as that, right? I think we're effed, personally. And a large part of that is our wage bill. Yeah? I've seen Lee go through it on his channel, right? But to anybody who hasn't seen that, go and check out Arsenal's wage bill, please. Every single Arsenal player is on 100 grand a week plus. 100 grand a week plus. So effectively, right, if we're to sign 3 or 4 top players, well, top players are going to command a high amount of wages anyway, right? Doesn't matter who it is. They're going to command a high amount of wages. So are you telling me that, let's say we go out and get 3-4 top players. So we're going to sit 280 grand a week Kai Havertz on the bench. We're going to sit 180 grand a week Martinelli on the bench. We're going to sit all these players that are on big wages, not playing games, because the manager don't like rotating anyway, right? So do you really think that the football club, under the Kroenke ownership, which has been a self-sustaining model under this ownership, is going to accept having all these players on the bench on big, big money? Yeah? Look at Man City's wage bill, for an example. Right? All of their top earners are the top contributors of their club. And as you work your way down, you see that the players that don't play as much, or the players that sit on the bench or in the reserves or whatever it is, are on a lot lower wages. You look at Arsenal, we're literally flat rate 100 grand plus. Yeah? I'm seeing the likes of Tomiyasu, who was out all season last season, right, on 100 grand a week. Yeah, Miles Lewis-Skelly has just signed a new deal, apparently. Right? I'd love to know how much he's on. Apparently, right, this Kepa deal was pretty good because we got him for £5 million, but we're paying him 100 grand a week. Do people not realise that the wage bill has a huge, huge effect on the sustainability of the football club?
Yeah. And that
Arsenal
guy
has always been a self-sustaining model.
And that guy has the audacity to say what he said about Bert, saying he's got the easiest job in the world. No, he doesn't.
It's ridiculous how they're saying sack the guy if he don't do anything this summer. What about give him time? Why don't you give him time like you did your fucking manager? Yeah? 6 years and counting. And I guarantee you that if it don't go right this season, or we don't win a trophy, or we don't win the league, the excuse will be, oh, well, we didn't get what we needed in the summer. It was Berta's job to do that. No.
Yep.
The narrative doesn't change, right? The expectation remains the same, and I say this all the time. It doesn't matter who we get in. I couldn't give a shit who we get in. The expectation this season is to win. And if you don't, off you go. Simple as, you know, but I'll keep repeating myself until it ends up happening. And I know you guys will as well, because at the end of the day, the guy ain't good enough, and he's proved time and time again that he ain't good enough. He's not, right? Also, I broke down on Dan's stream yesterday, right? Because I have people adamant that we only needed 3 signings, 3 top quality signings to change the fortune of the club. So I went through it. Last season, we started with a 22-man squad, right? Tommy Ashley was out for the entirety of the season, so effectively that was a 21-man squad, yeah? Now, Jorginho and Tierney have left the football club, yeah? So we're down to a 20-man squad. Also, Sterling and Neto have gone back to their respective clubs. So now we're down to a 17-man squad. Thomas Partey is also, his deal has expired, and we haven't signed him up yet. So now we're down to 16 players, right? Apparently we've signed Zubamendi and we've signed Kepa. So that still only brings us up to 18 players.
You forgot Lokonga and Vieira.
Well, Lokonga and Vieira weren't part of the squad last
Like
season.
a new signing.
No, but they're coming back.
Yeah,
I know
Nelson
they're
as well.
coming back, but okay,
Nelson.
let's say 20 players then, right? But
I know where you're going
20
with this. Sorry to cut in, yeah, but it's just comical that I dropped that in as you're saying it, because I know where you're going with this. Look at what we're saying. Sorry. Okay, I'll let you go. Sorry, brother.
But no, a 22-man squad, right? The narrative around Arsenal last season was it was injuries. Injuries was the reason why we didn't compete last season. So a 22-man squad is not enough of a squad to be able to cope with injuries and multiple competitions. So people that are sitting there saying, okay, now we've got 20 players, and then saying, oh, we only need 3 signings, give yourselves your head a wobble. We need a 25-man squad just to cope with everything.
But don't worry, Brandon. You've got the Spanish Toni Kroos in Zubamendi, according to Miguel.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. And I don't think people are realising this either, right? I don't think Thomas Partey's signing a new deal.
No, I don't think so.
According to reports, he's leaving. He's leaving.
He's on
It's a big mistake. It's a big mistake if we do, because personally for me, it just adds to the pressing need to get more signings in. And we can't even get one over the line at the minute, let alone having to add to the pile. But
the thing is, though, is how do you sign Thomas Partey up to a new deal when he's on 200 grand a week as it is? He's going to command more money, right? Because he can get that elsewhere. He can go to Saudi and go for the bag, right? If he really wants. So he's going to command more money, right? But how are we then going to sign him up to a new deal that's on more than 200 grand a week, and then also bring in these top players that we're expecting to bring in? Because it's obvious, right? Whether we go with Gyökeres or whether we go with Sesko, this football club will bang them on 200 grand a week straight away. Yeah,
but this is Arsenal's DNA. This is Arsenal's DNA. They always.
The thing is we've never been that way. Yeah. This is why I worry about the way that things are heading, because we've never been that. You know, we've always gone down this self-sustaining thing. We've never been this Man City, this PSG. We're going to pay top dollar to every single one of our players, but we've got bang average players on top dollar. Right?
Yeah, because they won't come unless they're getting paid high money, you see. There's no appeal to come play for this manager.
Again,
you have to quadruple their wage.
We go back to the old argument that everybody was saying about Berta's job's easy. All he's got to do is sign players. No, mate. He's got to sell these players like Zinchenko, who are on stupid money, right? And try and get a transfer fee for them. Arsenal making the same repetitive mistakes that we've made over the last 10, 20 years, right? Yeah. He's got to try and bring some money back into the club. He's also got a number of players that need new deals. Saliba, Saka, Gabriel's signed a new one. Lewis Skelly's apparently signed a new one. So all the while, right, while we're trying to get rid of this dross, we're losing in terms of transfer fees because we're having to basically give these players away because of the wages that they're currently on. We're also increasing our wage bill anyway because all these players are requiring new deals, and they're looking at the likes of Kai Havertz on 280 thinking, well, I'm more important than this guy. Yeah, this guy don't offer fuck all. I'm better than him. So I want at least this amount of money. Do you know what I mean? Players that come into this football club, it doesn't matter who they are, right? People are saying to me, well, do we really have to go and sign the players that are on big wages anyway and put them on big wages? Why don't we go to a team lower down the league who has Premier League experience and have a lower wage and then put them on a wage that's around the 100, 150,000 pound mark? But then we might get better out of them. And I made this point. If we went for Embremo, for example, who was on 50 grand a week at Brentford, do you genuinely think that he's looking at Arsenal and all the other options that are going about, right, and going, well, I could go to Arsenal, but I want 200 odd grand a week because that player's on that player's on that, and these
We
guys
set
pay
ourselves
the
the
big
precedent. That's the problem that Arsenal Football Club's done for a long time. We set our
We've set a
precedent,
precedent,
and that's the same thing with Sesko. Bang average, worth no more than 150 quid to his new club when he goes there. Yeah, but what I personally think is thing he should do is go, okay, who's your highest earner then? Okay, that'd be Kai Havertz. Oh, what, and he's the striker as well? You mean the guy I'm going to replace? How much is he on? Oh, 280k a week. That's it. There, you're already fucked, didn't you? The agent is going to rip you into the ground because
not only
look,
that,
right,
with the players as well, Aaron. Yeah, not just with the players as well, right? Let's say we end up sacking this guy. Yeah, let's say he leaves.
Yeah.
Any manager that comes into Arsenal now is going to look at Mikel Arteta and go, well, he was on 15 million a year, so I want the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? These managers now, if we go from Arteta to a top manager, let's say we sack Arteta and we go for Antonio Conte, just a name, just to throw it out there, right? Do you really think that Conte is going to leave where he's at and then not demand 15 million a year at least? Of course he is. Because he's seen that we set a precedent now where we pay our managers such stupid amounts of money for doing F all, basically. Wenger was one of the highest paid when he was here. Yeah, all right, he won multiple trophies. He had credit in the bank, and he was winning FA Cups even when we were shit. But this guy, we've given him £15 million a year for what?
Way too much.
But don't panic. It's only the third day of the second summer transfer window. But at Arsenal, it's Wednesday, the 19th of June.
Yeah.
Mate,
and also, right, our assistant manager, Carlos Cuesta, has left, right? Everybody make a big thing about that. 29 years old. He's gone to Parma now. God forbid if our fucking set-piece coach leaves. Jesus Christ. If he leaves, we're effed. Big time effed.
Don't worry, man. El Nenny's got a mural outside the stadium.
So it'll be El Nenny next, yeah?
Why? Yeah, El Nenny. Yeah, so is Oxlade-Chamberlain for all the efforts. Yeah. But first, Shane's got to bounce. Sorry, just quickly. Oh, mate, I wouldn't mind a little bit because all back if he had the credentials, to be fair. But he's still playing and balling it out with the boots on. Do you know what I mean? And fair dues to him. But Shane, you got to bounce, bro. Sorry for keeping you. But legend for always coming on, man. Come on, channel's flying. And there'll be a full Irish tomorrow, I'm assuming.
Oh, there will be. I will be serving up Pincus. I reckon. No, I won't. I couldn't even be bothered with him. But listen, thanks for having me on. A legend panel, of course. Always a pleasure. Big up to Tops and Sam and yourself and Lee and Gianni and Brandon and Lawrence as well. And just to finish up Brandon's point, I was talking about the wages. I discovered the other day that Aston Villa's highest paid player is on the same as Zinchenko. So that's about where our wages are at. The highest paid player gets paid the same as Zinchenko.
That's ridiculous.
And that their whole midfield, all 9 players, not just the starting midfield, the whole midfield costs a little less than Declan Rice. So there you go, Nelson in the chat saying that I'm anti-Arsenal because I never say a good thing about them. Why did you get me talking about Arsenal under Arsene Wenger? Get me talking about Arsenal under Arsene Wenger, mate, and I would be raps and lyrical.
George Graham.
Absolutely.
George Graham, Shane.
There's been a few of them in the chat. One of them said to me earlier, there was like, why are you being so rude to some of your like chat things like that? I was like, look how you're behaving. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, look
I
what
don't
you-
even need to say it. Just say because I can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I said to the other cheeker. But Lee, you got to bounce as well, brother. You've got to watch it.
Go on, Shane. No, let Shane do his thing first. Go on.
No, I will be full Irish tomorrow, of course, and then tomorrow night at 7:30 will be the Bruised Banana panel show, which is always fucking lit. So make sure you set your notifications. It's already on the channel, so just hit a notification. Make sure you're there. We couldn't do it last week because of fucking the hunkerings, a little bit stinker and hooked from StreamYard. Last Thursday was a disaster, so we'll be back because the Thursday before was the best sort of numbers I've ever gotten. So hopefully we'll get it again tomorrow night. So make sure you're there and make sure you're in at 10:30 tomorrow morning for the full Irish breakfast. We'll be going as always. So big up to everybody and have a good night.
Big up, Shane. Big up. Bless up.
Yeah, now big up to Shane, man. Come on, and if any one of you ain't done already, go over and give Shane a subscribe. His link is pinned. Some fantastic some content over there. Lee, you've got to go as well, brother. Appreciate you coming on as always, man. And all the help you give us content creators as well. You got to watch along to do, ain't you, brother?
Yeah, I'm 51 minutes late. Salzburg 1-0 up.
That's
early for me. I can't lie.
Yeah. Stole the punchline, fuck's sake. Yeah.
That's early for me, bro. That's early for me. I've got 29 people sat there waiting. I apologize to all of them for absolutely fucking nothing.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they care. No one cares. But no, real talk. Bless up. Yeah, I'm going to do the Juve game. Conceição ball will ensue. And if he ain't starting, I might just fuck it off and go to bed. Because if Conceição ain't starting for Juve, I might just go to bed. But no, bless up for having me on, man. I appreciate it. Big up to chat to you guys. Yeah, love to everyone. Tops, it's been a minute. Brandon, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Lawrence as well. Come on, love, brother. Yeah. And Gianni, bruv. This guy, This guy, man, he's got standards, bruv. He supports Napoli as well.
Have you listened to him on one of my call-in shows before?
Yeah, come on. I don't comment. I just listen in the background.
He fucking he's a boy, man.
Same with Shane's Irish breakfast today. I was listening to it in the background, and he raided views on sport. And I've never watched him before. I've seen him in my chat. Yeah, and I was just listening. I was like, yo, I put a comment in after 48 minutes. So I was like, 48 minutes of spitting absolute fucking facts, mate. Then it's like, we need more of us. Yeah, more of us. People that have, listen, we give praise when it's due. Yeah, but at the same time, we've seen great things at our football club. Yeah, so we're hard to impress. It's like when you've been out with a fucking 9 out of 10 and just slurp you off and like, we're not going there. Yeah, but then, yeah, she runs off with fucking somebody else like FIFA, Arsene Wenger, yeah, or whatever. Yeah, and then you end up with a fucking 3 out of 10. I've never done that, by the way. I'm just saying some of you guys may have.
Well, I've gone lower, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, listen, I'm not going to lie. I've slept with some fucking unbelievably beautiful women, and I've slept with some fucking wrong uns, man, and all. What it is what it is.
Well, I only pulled the baddies, bro. I only pulled the fittings. I like a skinny blonde bird. Yeah, so like the tetas are tetas in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Lee knows.
Yeah, the tetas are teta in, bro. Yeah, tetas in Spanish is tits. Tit. So Arteta's called Artit in Spanish. Artit. Teta is tit in Spanish. He's a tit.
Shock.
Yeah, who knew?
He's Arteta.
Yeah, Arteta.
He's ours. Arteta.
Just real quick. Where do you, like, based on how things are at the moment, where do you think we'll finish next year?
Top 4 race. Same as last season. Top 4 race. I told everyone. Me and Matty watched the pre-season game Liverpool against Arsenal. Yeah, where they did a goal kick. I don't know who headed the ball. It went to Harvey Elliott. He spun it straight around the corner. And Salah with no fucking legs left. Yeah, left Gabriel for dead and scored. Me and Matty went, yep, that's it. That was July last year, 27th, I think. Yeah, I think I'm lagging. Yeah, but hopefully you can hear me, yeah? But we were like, yep, top 4 race. Top 4 race. Chelsea finished about 5 points behind us or whatever. Man City's worst season in fucking how long? We're right on our tails.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they've gone on for another few weeks, Lee.
If they sign a right back, if they sign a proper right back like Livramento, for example, yeah? Since January, they would have signed an entire starting 11. Goalkeeper, every position. Now, I don't think people are getting this in their head. Yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, this manager has killed the wage bill. Yeah, along with Edu and the hierarchy. Yep. And he's killed our fucking players in terms of running them into the ground. Oh, there's a fucking weather delay. Fuck off.
I was about to say that.
The actual weather delay. Bruv, it's not even raining. What is wrong with these Americans, bruv?
Well, they have typhoons.
No disrespect to the Americans.
No, I know. I'm just fucking around.
Right, but at the same time, yeah, number one, yesterday the game was called off for about an hour and 20. Oh, adverse weather. Bruv, it's cloudy. Fucking play the game. Yeah, you got more chance of getting fucking COVID than you have of getting struck by lightning.
Close the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, no, it's bullshit. You got more chance of meeting a top gooner in real life than you have of getting hit by lightning. They're all running inside. Oh, quick run. Get out of here, man.
Lee, real talk. Yeah, this is just a warning for you. If we don't win on Sunday, you have to terminate your membership immediately. Yeah, immediately. Yeah.
I haven't renewed it yet either. I can't lie. I haven't renewed it yet.
You've cursed my club on a disgusting way.
No. Let's not do this, man. You sound like these fucking. You sound like little Tims right now, bro.
Well, you have.
Oh, you're Timsy in disguise.
Because
real talk, yeah. When I was growing up in England, Lawrence, you'll verify this because I'm assuming you're a bit older than me, yeah. Back in the day,
It's older than your dad.
No, like I said, he was 30 before. He looked 30 before Arteta came in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we all look fine. Last time we won a league title, my fucking hairline started here. Yeah. But real talk, yeah. Back in the day, you used to get one game of English football on TV, before the Premier League. But we could watch all the Spanish games. Yeah, we could watch Italian football. You get 2 or 3 games a weekend. Yeah, then if you stayed up for Eurosport, you get all the roundup of Europe. So we didn't watch English football. Yeah, and it was like, wow, look at this Real Madrid team under John Toshak and all that. And then it was just fucking amazing. You're looking at Barcelona, Romario, all these man. It's like fucking hell, bro. Yeah, you're looking at Valencia, Deportivo La Coruña. Yeah. I hear that. But at the same time, it was like until the Premier League came along, we were only really watching foreign football. Yeah, then the Prem comes along and totally fucking ruined football.
Bro,
yeah, Sky Sports.
Especially now.
Bro, unpopular opinion. I think La Liga is better than the Prem. Unpopular opinion.
It's not unpopular, bro. I'll tell you why. Because the Premier League in the last 2 years has lost 10% of its viewership. La Liga's gone up 186% last 2 years. Why? We dragged it out of the fucking mud. Between all of us, we dragged it out of the fucking mud.
There you go, guns.
Yeah. Right, to be fair, that Sky looks crazy. I might have to stay and match suspended. That Sky looks mad. La hora de incencio se ha retrasado. Okay, cool.
Tops, I don't know. Would you shoot or not? I didn't know whether you said you was going to stay there. If not, I know Tops definitely needs to bounce. You said you needed to shoot now, quick, didn't you, man? Big up.
Tops, man. You're my guy from day one, man.
Hey, man knows, man. Google Hangout days.
Yeah, come on, man. Back with Chiggy Chig and Sam and all that. Come on, fucking memes and all that. Come on.
Yeah,
you got the whitest teeth I've ever seen in my life. You've never been to Turkey, bro. I swear down. Yeah, he's got the most perfect teeth in the world. Yeah, and you've never ever been to fucking Turkey. I bet you.
Turkey come to him, bro, didn't they? They're that white. Turkey go to him.
Nah, big up Aaron having me on. Big up.
The grin's infectious, isn't it? That's what I mean. If I'm pissed off, I'm just like, Tops, can I just FaceTime you for 1 second? He grins, and I'm just like, you know what? The world's a bit of a better place now.
You sound like a top gooner, brother. That's a bit zesty.
Yeah, I'm a top gooner. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Why am I gay? Because I want to. Because I fucking want to be. That's why. Because I fucking.
Somebody clip that and send me it, please.
No, don't clip that.
Yeah, don't clip that.
2 hours 43 minutes. Oh, don't worry, I'll clip it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Why are you gay?
Nah, but we got the
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You're a transgender.
You are an outspoken lesbian.
Homosexual?
How can I describe?
Big up Sam, big up Brandon, big up Giovanni, big up Lawrence, big up Lee.
Big up, Lawrence. Thank you very much for coming on.
It's been a pleasure, Aaron. I'll can't wait to come back on, and I'll catch you, man, later, man. Peace and love, guys.
Let's Tops, come on.
In a bit, love, bro.
Big up, Tops, man. Come on, man. And yeah, Daz has put his link in the chat as well. Big up to Dazza. He sits next to me, unfortunately for him. Do you know what I mean? And not unfortunately for me. I like that.
Is that all right? Put that picture back up again. Sorry.
What one?
Is that Mikel Arteta and the set piece coach?
What one's who, though? I think the chimp's got to be Mikel Arteta, isn't he?
The set piece coach looks fucking ruined, bro. He's had enough. The murals fucked him up.
Can I ask the panel a question?
Lawrence, I'm going to bounce. I have to bounce.
Go on, yeah.
I read today that Arteta's number 2, Carlos Quetta, has left.
He's gone Parma.
Yeah.
Went to Parma.
Another one that don't trust the process.
It's all falling down.
Oh, we've all got to.
Falling down.
The ones who pay the money, we got to trust the process. But the ones who get paid, they don't have to trust the process. It's just us, the mugs. Just us, the ones that pay the money. Ridiculous, man. What can you do? Yeah, I know. Sam, did you say you need to bounce?
Yeah, bro. I've got something to do tomorrow.
Big up, man, for coming on.
Nah, always, man. I love these shows, man. I love these calling shows. As always, man. Yeah, I've got my channel Patreon Blancos up there. I'm gonna start recording more and more videos now there as well. I'm on with Lee on Sunday for the Madrid game against that Mexican team. Yeah, Pachuca. Yeah, hopefully Lee doesn't.
Solomon Rondon FC.
Yeah, hopefully Lee doesn't curse my club in that game as well. But listen, we'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, we might have to do something about it. But anyways, Brandon, Gianni, big up to you, man, as well. Yeah, always, man.
Yeah. Big up, you brother.
Come on, big up.
I'm gonna bounce it because
Let's
I'm way
up,
late for
Baron. Let's up, Baron.
Lee,
always.
My bro.
Lee, legend, bro. Sam,
big up, Lee.
Come on, man, big up.
Let's up, Baron.
Fucking star.
Fucking El Capitano, you know what I'm saying?
El Capitan, mate. That's me. That's my nickname to you. See, El Capitan.
Papa Pink, I don't understand, mate. Yeah, like the reach isn't reaching, bruv. Like 250 people, 200 people all singing Arteta out to me in Arsenal shirts in South Africa in Joburg. Yeah, cool. You go to the office tomorrow, mate. Good one. Anyway, bless up for having me on. Big up the chat. Big up to everyone on there. Lawrence, Brandon, Gianni, Aaron, always. Come on. Big up Shane. Yeah, bless up to everyone who's locked in. And unfortunately, I'm going to go and sit and look at an empty stadium because I'm way late for the stream, bruv. And if I'm saying you right now, Conceição's not starting for Juve, I'm going to bed. If you don't start for Juve, I'm going to fucking bed, mate. That starts in an hour and 40 minutes.
Mate,
see, I've done every game, every fucking game, Who else is doing every fucking game?
Where's Mums? I'm feeling he'll put the L work rate again in it. That drives
this game might get called off. The tornado is tornadoing, bro. I can see it on the pitch. Look at the pitch.
I can't see it.
You can't see all the rain?
No, I can't see the fucking telly, mate.
I'm gone. Laters. Laters, players.
Come on, man. We've been waiting for Gianni to say his piece, man. I mean, you can jump in wherever, you know. We've obviously been talking about the fixture list, which is a joke. We're talking about the signings, which is a joke. We've been talking about the manager, the board, the everything, which is a joke. Where do you want to jump in, my friend? You've been waiting patiently, and apologies for the wait, of course, brother.
No worries, brother. We can start with the fixtures. I think the fixtures is absolutely sent from the heavens. Because this is what top gooners need as far as a fucking wake-up call. I want to go even deeper first. That's just what I want to say about the fixtures to start. I want to go even deeper on what just Brandon was just saying. Do you know right now, I was doing some math. As the stock market has ended over here in America, and where euros to pounds trades at right now, do you know if we sign Kepa, Zubamendi, and Sesko with wages included, if you include everything since Aubameyang has come to this club, we have spent 1.3 billion euros. So when you talk about the wages being a problem, it's beyond an issue than what people even want to talk about, because we all need to remember he said all the players from Emery wasn't good enough. Emery spent 232 million. Plus Aubameyang, we basically spent 300 million out, and he's gone close to 835 million now, even without bringing in Sesko and Zubamendi and Kepa. We've wasted that much money that is going to come back and bite us in the ass. That's the bigger reason why Berta shouldn't get sacked, because he has to straighten all this financing out. The wages are ridiculous. I mean, if you take the wages included, how much more money are we going to be losing? And that's just to start with the money. The bigger problem is take the money, the amount that we're talking about spending on these players. We could be going out and building a squad. If we really have this amount of money to spend with 300 million, why aren't we already bringing players in now to help build a squad? Because we're getting thinner as this transfer market goes. It sounds like Partey's not staying. So if we combine that, we're talking about close to 150 million.
We're
There's
getting
plenty of
thinner than
players. There's
fucking Lee
plenty of
Gunner's forehead,
players.
bro.
Huh?
No, we're getting this thinner than Lee Gunner's forehead, man. This is how bad it's getting, man. Come on, it's getting bad.
Brother, but that's if we have 150 million right now to spend that we're waiting on players and we're going to buy more players. Why can't we spend it now and actually get some players in? Lee was just talking about Juventus. Conceição instantly starts for us at left wing. He's 30 million. You could go get him and Alex Baena right now for 90 million and still have another 60 million left over to buy a couple other players to add to the squad. We need to build a squad. Like, us just getting 4 players in on massive amounts of money is not good enough to go through another full season. It's just not. It's just not. And again, mishandling finances. Now just look at the squad. Let's say Sesko and Zubamendi come in. So now how does this line up? Are we going to put Havertz on the left wing? Or are we going to go Odegaard? Since we got all of Sociedad, we'll take it to old school. We'll take it to old school Sociedad, and we'll put Odegaard on the left wing, and Havertz is the number 10. Because despite what everybody wants to say, again, no club is going to allow somebody who's making close to 300,000 a week sit on the bench as a bench player. That's not happening. That's a sad reality that everybody needs to come to grips with. So we either need to sell them, which I think we should. I think we should just cut a loss on Havertz and Odegaard, ship both of them out because you're going to get a massive amount of money back from how high wages they're at. And let's actually build a squad. And if we still have 200 to 300 million to spend for real, let's build a squad. And then we can still go get a Rodrigo, a world-class player. But we're wasting money on players that aren't going to do anything for us.
My problem with that is obviously, and I agree with you 150%. My problem is it's one of them easier said than done to get them out. And these statistics, by the way, would be at the start of the season, okay? And that would be in the start of last season. So we're a year behind on this, by the way. That haven't been updated yet. So, I mean, you can probably gauge roughly if you're half decent good at maths. On here, Kai Havertz, if you go all the way to the right-hand side there, you'll see with 4 years remaining on his deal, Arsenal Football Club owed him 60 million, basically, on his deal. Which probably means we still owe him about 47 or 48. That's if he sees the remainder out of his contract. Also, why would he not see the remainder out of his contract? Also, who is going to pay any relevant transfer fee for Kai Havertz? And there probably will, but also we're not having to subsidise it in some way, shape or form, because while someone may pay a transfer fee for Kai Havertz, they are not paying him 280k a week. No, we made that mistake. He was on 250 at Chelsea. Why we decided to give him a pay rise, I will never know. So we're stuck with him. We got Gabriel Jesus on 265 with 3 years left, but obviously we know it's a little bit less. So we still owe him about 30 odd million quid there or thereabouts this year. He's got 18 months left on his deal, so it's probably about 20 million. Either way, he's not fit until January, pretty much January, by the way. So we've got 550k just being sat and chewed up, doing absolutely nothing, week in, week out, contributing barely anything. Declan Rice, it is what it is. Martin Odegaard, 240. Bruv, Johnny, you've seen me do these things before when I put up on screen what they earned previously. Martin Odegaard, when we got him on loan, was on 85k a week. 85k a week. When we signed him, he was on 110. He had one average season, one decent season, maybe. Well, let's just give him, it was a decent season, 240k a week. Why would you go from 110 to 240? Why is 150, 160 your next stop? Because now all of a sudden we've given him 2 or 3 years of pay rises in one. There we go. And how's that worked out for you? 2 years he's been shit. Then we go down the same and do that for Martinelli. 30 grand a year. And then he has a good season under Emery. 70 grand a year. I think that's fair enough. Then he has one good season under Arteta. Goes from 70 to 180. We're handcuffing ourselves. Zinchenko was on 20, now 150. Calafiori was on like 15 or something like that. We put him on 120. We just handcuff ourselves in the market so bad to the pure. And let's get it right. These aren't like we're trying to overpay to get a Rodrigo or a Gyökeres to come to us. This is Calafiori. This is Zinchenko. Players that are either not really got a name or players that no one wants. And we're paying 3-4 times over the odds for them. It's embarrassing. Now, if you said to me, all right, yeah, you've signed Gyökeres, but, you know, you did have to pay 50 grand over it. I'm whatever, I don't care. But when you're doing this with a Zinchenko and a Calafiori on 130k a week, he defends like Andre Santos. mate. And this is just across the whole entire board. It's not just 1 or 2 players. It's ridiculous. And we're going to do exactly the same thing, which is what your points were. When Sesko comes in, he's going to look at that, and their agent's going to look at that and go, all right, so your 2 highest earners are strikers that I'm here to replace. What do you reckon he's going to ask for 80 grand a week? Or do you reckon he's going to ask for 180, 250 grand a week? And if he don't bang, there we fucking go again in 1 or 2 years' time. It's never ending. It's madness. I don't know if any of you boys want to jump in. It's just ridiculous.
Even down to Kivior, right? Kivior was on 2.5 grand a week at Spezia.
So
he's now on 58 grand at Arsenal.
This goes back to show how just shit the recruitment has been. Like I honestly feel that, Aaron, we've talked about, I think, the last 2 call-in shows you've had. So many of these younger fans that jump on who aren't paying attention to the money or stats, they don't realize that the other guy, Openda, had a 15-goal drop-off last year and has still outscored Sesko over the last 2 years at Leipzig. It's the same thing when you look at scouting on Calafiori. I told you Calafiori's not even considered top 8 center backs in Italy. The whole reason why he's on that team is because initially he was put on the left back position because Udogi was hurt. That's the only reason why he got onto the team. If we're being honest, for people who really watch Serie A like I do, Calafiori's not top 8 Italian center backs. That's just a false narrative that got taken, but it's a track record. Again, Sesko, 15-goal drop-off. You still can't outscore Openda over two seasons. And we want to pay $80 million for this? Like, who's really in charge of scouting here? That's a huge problem, that we're just wasting money away on players we really don't know about. Or you can know about, we just choose to ignore it because it goes along with the narrative for Arteta. And this, to take it back to the fixtures, I hope we get smoked. Those 3 games between Newcastle, City, and Liverpool, I'm sorry. I hope we get smoked. I really, and it sucks to say that as a fan, but we need a wake-up call that he needs to go and that we need to straighten out this entire team.
Gianni, looking at the first 6 fixtures we've got, I reckon we'll end up with just 2 points. You know, you look at them fixtures, Man United, we never do well there. I think they'll beat us. Leeds, they've just come up. They might get a draw. We're going to get whacked by Liverpool. Forest, you know, after the season they've just had, they could surprise us. Man City will definitely smash us. And then we go to our favourite place, Newcastle. And by then, Liverpool and Man City will be way ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the time when we should be calling up the taxi to pick up this clown of a manager from the club and get him out of the area.
Back. But listen, everyone's indecisive. And I get what you were saying, Brandon, as well, about wanting Berta out and things like that. Maybe it is a little bit premature. I totally get it. But definitely, premature criticism can't be a thing. And I said this maybe before you was in there. I'm not accusing you of saying that. I'm just bringing it up. If Arsenal football, one of the outfield players, were having a shit 2 months, you'd happily call him out. I know I would. I've seen this Berta guy coming in. Maybe it was my over expectations, but I was hoping that he'd come in and things would move a little faster. But I've seen he signed officially in May, and April, and I'm looking here in June, and I'm like, nothing's really changing. And I get it's not set in stone opinion. I do get there's so many counter things back to it, and you can say, well, he ain't got his feet in the door yet. But then I'm going to count that by saying, well, he ain't a little kid, and he's also had the same job for 12 years at Atletico. He's got targets and everything in mind. He hasn't just forgot all of that. I think to summarise it all up, I just expected a little bit more. I expected a little bit of change. And whilst, maybe sacking him might be a little bit harsh so soon, I'm just a little bit disappointed, bruv. I expected a little bit more. Maybe that's my own fault. Maybe I set myself up for failure. I don't know. I just thought, you know what, maybe we'll be a bit quicker in the transfer winners. Bruv, we still don't even know what striker we're concerned. So we've been linked with Sesko for the last year and a half, by the way, and Jokeres has always been there or thereabouts. We're in week 3 nearly of June, and we still don't even know which one we prefer. It's batshit, isn't it?
Well, the last thing I'll say on this, because I got to bounce. My son's just woke up. But
Yeah, bless.
Yeah, don't be blinkered by it, Aaron, because I reckon there's more to it than meets the eye, mate. I genuinely think that Berta's trying to do his job with his hands tied behind his back. Yeah, I don't believe that an
I do
experienced
appreciate
guy
that.
like Berta comes in and doesn't do something. Do you know what I mean? I think they've promised him something. He's come in. He's realised the state of the football club, and it's not in the greatest of states. And he's got to do more work out of the transfer market than what he's got to do in it to even give us a chance of signing players. So, don't know. Give it a little bit of time. But if we don't get what we need, forget Berta for a minute. Like, what about the guys that have been here for 6 solid years?
Facts. That's an
It's
inarguable
down to
point.
them more than it is him. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's it.
But
big up.
Yeah,
Brandon, appreciate you jumping back on, my friend,
Big
and
up,
you're
Brandon.
welcome on this. You're welcome on this platform anytime, my friend. Thank you very much for stopping by, man.
Yeah.
Legend, man. Legend.
Yeah. And Aaron,
Go on,
you
mate.
noticed that they brought out some new merch this week as well.
Mate.
I mean, you couldn't make this shut up.
There. Why? Why did they do this to us? Let me get it.
Can I tell you? I can explain to you how. This is just let me work this, right? I was watching your stream with Northside and earlier, and you guys described it the right way, but you didn't use the right team. Now, if you look at it the way Arsenal is ran, it's very similarly ran to the Chicago Bears. And I'll tell you why. The Chicago Bears is the second most historic football team in the NFL. We've only won 1 Super Bowl. It was 1985. However, the Chicago Bears is the 3rd most profitable football team with the smallest stadium by over 8,000 people. Not only the smallest stadium for over 8,000 people, they haven't won in 40 years, and they have to split their money with the city as far as their rent because they don't own the stadium. They rent the stadium. The city of Chicago collects 32.5% of all the money the Chicago Bears make on game day. The Chicago Bears have finessed the fans to allow the mediocrity on this team being ran for over 40 years. The Chicago Bears is the second most expensive team to go see if you go buy a ticket game day in the NFL. It's roughly a whole day's worth of spending at Soldier Field is a little over $500. 500 American dollars.
That is
The
a long time.
The Cronkies have taken the idea because this is what's always happened for Chicago sports. The Cubs were like this. The Cubs didn't win a World Series for 108 years. Ownership, the Tribune did the exact same thing. It's the way that they con the fan base so that they can make the most amount of money. Because again, I've always said this from a business perspective. Why would you spend more money to make this club good if you're selling out stadiums and have the entire majority of the fan base hoodwinked like this? It's not in their interest to do that.
They're already
Because
missing
then
their
it's
targets.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is for that. I mean, again, look, that we just had another record year of revenue. Had another record year of revenue this year for Arsenal. It's unbelievable. And again, it goes back to the question, but then the overall question is, how bad are we really hurting financially? Because if we had another record revenue year, again, I said since Aubameyang joined, we've spent 1.3 billion if we end up signing Sesko and Zubamendi and Kepa. So if we got 1.3 billion spent, but we're having continual revenue years, how bad are we really hurting financially from the old days that's affecting us now to why we're not moving? Because if we have 300 million, we need to be buying other players outside of Zubamendi and Sesko if that's going to happen.
Mate, it's a shower of shit. They need to start selling some more merch by the sounds of it. Do you know what I mean? To get some more players. But they already do enough of that anyway. Just quickly before I get into the merch, we got Gunnar SE. I don't know how long it's been sitting there, my friend, but I do apologise. Sometimes it is just very tricky to get around to them when you've got, 300 of you world-class people in the chat. So big up to you, man. And you're saying, I bet you that knowing the club rather, even if we get relegated, Lego Head would somehow be our manager. And do you know what? I'm going to follow that up with a point as well, yeah? The fact that he's still manager after Ange Postecoglou got sacked for winning the Europa League and Arteta kept his job not only for not qualifying for it 1 year, but by losing to Olympiacos, losing to Sporting Lisbon, and then losing to the old managers Villarreal. That just goes to show you, on top of your comment there as well, how far we've slid down and where the standards have gone, man. Absolutely no good. And Mika as well, man. Big up to you. Thank you very much. And big up my guy, Aaron. Appreciate it. And he said, shout out to Gianni, man. That's
My guy. Big up.
Big up.
Yeah.
Have a little look at this. Go on. Sorry, Lawrence. Go on, crack on.
Yeah, I was going to go off subject with Gianni.
Yeah, go on, man.
Arteta's number 2, Carlos Quetos, has gone and joined Parma as their manager.
Yep.
What do you make of that?
Is Parma's trying to go down a youth route. I haven't really looked into it too much about it, why they went that way. But I do know he's gone to Parma, and Parma has been, the last few years, has been doing their best to get the old men out of the roster and become a younger team. So I can only take a guess that they want a new person and to try to get their youth going again. That's about all I know about that. I haven't really looked into it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I sort of briefly skimmed over mine and what I feel about it. I just reckon it's
Napoli's
just funny.
Napoli's driving me crazy with all the links going on with us right now. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, at least, you know what I mean? You're moving like a big club. Do you know what I mean? That's what you do. And if you don't, you lot call it out. What do
We
Arsenal
will.
do?
This supposed. Have you guys heard about this about Osimhen with Liverpool? So from what we're hearing, from what we were hearing in Italy is, Liverpool is exploring Isak, but right now they're also, if Isak falls through, they're trying to see maybe Osimhen.
Yeah.
There's talk about sending Napoli both Federico Chiesa and Darwin Nunez and like 10 million. And like 10 million for Osimhen to go to Liverpool, which I find really interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd be a fan of that right now.
I don't know. It's one of them things. I reckon it's dependent on time as well, isn't it? Like if it's towards the end of the window, maybe it might seem a little bit better when it's just like, well, we ain't had the summer we had. But, you know, right now, you lot don't move like us Arsenal fans do, or we don't. You know, of going, oh, well, you know, get what you can and at the end of it. That's what we're going to do. Do you know what I reckon Arsenal are going to end up with? I reckon we're going to end up with like a Sancho or a Grealish. Do you know that? Like Grealish.
Yeah,
I've thought about it for a long time. Grealish stinks of Arsenal Football Club. I've said this for months on.
I'd rather us go get Emil Smith Rowe again. I find him to be one of the most overrated players that's not talked about. I don't think a lot of people really go at Grealish the way he needs to go at it, because you know how many times everyone used to make fun of Arsenal that we spent 70 million on Pepe. Pepe's stats blow Grealish's stats out of the water, and he was 30 million cheaper than him. Grealish just gets covered up because he was with Manchester City when they won their treble. Grealish is so overrated, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and we better not. If you imagine if we spend that amount of money, on him, and his wages are nuts.
Yeah.
He would get crazy. He would get crazy wages at us. He'd be one of those signings.
Unless he goes to Saudi, though, surely he gets like. I mean, it'd be typical Arsenal. We would still give him 300 or whatever it is. But I mean,
I'm going to give Grealish the benefit of the doubt as a man. I think he's having a wake up call after him partying and everything. The way that everyone's been going after him about that, I think he would take a wage cut to stay at a decent level team in England.
Yeah,
I think he would.
Yeah.
I think he would.
Gianni, what do you reckon of this? Because Lawrence saying this is a new merch, and I said this briefly earlier. Why are we selling massive windbreakers and parkers? 162 quid. It's 36 degrees in this country this weekend. But as long as you get your £162 navy parker jacket, or it's available in white for the same price. Look, rain jacket, June. What are they doing? Scarf. Where's it? Oh, maybe that one. Scarf. Gloves. 20 quid scarf. What's going on here? Is it just me, or are we selling winter stuff at full price?
It's like that scene from Only Fools and Horses, where Rodney goes out and buys 500 quid's worth of suntan lotion in the middle of winter, and Del Boy's having a cob about it. He's saying, well, what are you going to exchange it for? anoraks in the summer.
42 carat plonker, and he, man.
Yeah.
Oh, only fools is wicked. But look at the state of this, man. It's not even nice. It's not even good shit. You're 40 quid a pop. They got my size. Look, kids, yeah, 31. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, kids size. And mine's a little bit cheaper. You know what I mean?
The girl looks happy wearing it.
Even she ain't happy. She's like, fucking, they're still charging me for this. Do you know what I mean? Like, what we going on? She don't even want to be paid to wear it. I just think it's all crap. And I've seen there's another website that I always go on. There's going to be a lot more of it. Just before, oh shit, almost cancelled the stream off then. That's no good. Just before we get that off, I just wanted to get, oh no, yeah. You know when you nearly press the wrong button? Come on, what we doing here?
Yeah.
Should be better than this. I thought I'd ask the panel what they think of this. So just bear with me for 1 second. I just need to make sure I'm bringing up the right thing. We're close with this. All the top gooners would have heard of this bloke. Maybe it's just me that hasn't, or not heard enough. But now that we're linked with him, everyone will know everything about him. I mean, maybe someone will have to educate me in the chat. I don't know too much about him. I don't know if you and the panel do. But the top gooners, now that we've seen this link for the first time, he's probably now the best thing we've seen since sliced bread. He's probably the new Makalele or something like that, said the top gooners, because we've got one link with him.
No doubt someone's going to paste his head onto an Arsenal shirt.
That will be there soon. Have you heard of this guy? Any of you boys chat? I'm genuinely actually asking. I haven't got a clue.
No, never heard of him.
Yeah, and I watch La Liga too. I watch La Liga, the Premier League in City A. He's decent, but I mean, look at where Sevilla landed as well. He's okay. He's just a young prodigy. That's why they've slapped 20 million on them. You know, Sevilla's nowhere near the club that they were a few years ago with chasing after the Europa League and trying to contend for top 5 or top 4 in Spain. They've had a downturn the last few years, but he's okay. But again, there's other players. If we actually knew what we were doing with scouting that we could go after.
Yeah. No, it's fact. And people in the chat as well, they don't know. But you know, and Villa, do you remember a bit of Jan and Villa, the geezer we were linked with for like forever? And just never managed to get him through the door. Yeah, go cook.
Yeah, man. you guys were supposed to get him after his stint at Inter.
Yeah, here we go. Look,
you guys were supposed to wait. You guys were supposed to get him and the Colombian midfielder from them at one point, wasn't it? Freddie Guarin. You guys were supposed to get too.
Yeah,
Remember Julian Draxler that we were linked with forever?
Oh yeah,
Julian. Who can forget? Samawa. Do you remember a bit of Owa? We had him.
Yeah.
And who'd ever forget that? I mean, the Benzema. We're still probably linked with him now. We'll still probably be linked with him when he's about 70 or 80. Do you know what I mean? There'll still be a football.London thing. Oh, after 50 years, he's finally signing for Arsenal. You know, and Higuain was one of them, weren't we?
Benzema was another one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they were just ridiculous. Well, the Timber brother, do you know what? I've actually seen a little bit of that. I've not seen him play too much, to be fair. But apparently he's a bit of a baller as well.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I've
actually
pretty
heard things. Yeah,
that's what I mean. We injuries was not the end all be all to why we lost the league last year. Even at the start of the league, our team was not good enough to win the league. I don't care what anybody says.
And it's not this year, this current state. Nowhere near.
Even so, man. Like we were not going to win this year. I was shocked that Liverpool ran away with it the way that they did. But when you look at what Slot did with the team and the changes that he made, obviously it worked. But you know. Like seeing something like this, okay, he's 20 million. Okay, what are we really working with? Because there's players you can go and get that for. You're 20 million? He's talking about leaving my club. You could go get Anguissa. Anguissa's a 2-time Serie A winner. Defensive center midfielder. There's other guys. There's market opportunities that are better than just looking at youth. This is the thing I don't get, which is why I think there is a cult behind Arteta. Why is it always another project player?
Yeah,
you can't win on just project players. You have to blend youth with experience. You have to do that in order to win. You know, a youth academy of old AC Milan or old Liverpool or old Barcelona comes around one time. We're buying all players. So what do we? That's the other one, Nzonzi. That was the other one I forgot. Nzonzi. Yeah.
Nzonzi.
But
what about Nuri Sahin? I'm sure we had a little thing with him and all for a little while.
yeah,
Nuri Sahin, I'm sure that
yeah.
rings a bell. And Sami Khedira, I remember there was about 3 years where we was always in for him and he never went. He was a baller back in the day, but
Yeah, trust me, I hate that. I hate him from being Juventus. Can't stand
Yeah.
him, but he was a baller.
yeah, he was good.
And who was that one we put in a £92 million bid in on deadline?
Thomas Lamar.
Thomas Lamar.
Yeah, he didn't bang at all, did he? At thingy. Where's someone wrote in? I don't know where his thing was, but I'll tell you what, it's worth bringing up. Someone said about the Yorrell or Gerald, whatever his name is, Hato. I don't mind a signing like that because it unlocks MLS to play in the midfield. I think you hit two birds with one stone. If we can come in, hit the ground running, unlike what Calafiori done. I think where was it? I don't know who wrote it, but big up to you anyway. I actually agree with that. I know it's really annoying and frustrating that we might be signing another left back yet and yet again. But if we actually sign a left back who plays left back, guess what? We might stop signing left backs because we've signed in a number 10 who plays for his country, Zinchenko, and then we put him left back. It doesn't work. No. Oh, we had Kieran Tierney there, by the way. Then we get Kivior, we play him there. No. Timber comes in. No. Tomiyasu's even played there. Oh, Calafiori comes in and plays there. Why don't we just sign a left back instead of a player that isn't a left back to play at left back? These are the frustrations with Mikel Arteta. Why don't we just ever sign a player and play him in a position? We've got Declan Rice, signed him as a 6. Now we play him as an 8. We got Kai Havertz in this window alone. In that window, started as a midfielder. Now he's a striker. Timber, we moved him over to left back. Then he's a right back. Ben White was a centre back. Then he's a right back. You can carry on. What's his name? Jesus, Zinchenko. He's not left back. Jesus ain't a striker. You can go on and on. Why don't we just sign players in their right position? It's ridiculous, isn't it, man? And there it is. Yeah, big up to you, Paris. I wanted to give a go. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. But let's get into 1 o'clock, man. I will wrap it up there. I don't know if I'm going out on the piss with me mates on the Friday, so that's why I wanted to get one in now. I'll call in, and if I don't, I might even do another one on the Saturday. And give people more time. To be fair, I don't think a lot of people would be up for it. So I sent a link to a few people and fucking everyone turned up. It's always the way, innit? When a couple of people, no one fucking turns up. And then, you know what I mean? When everyone's there, and then obviously Lee jumps on and things like that. So I was a little bit late getting the link out. But if I don't do it Friday, I will do it Saturday. But listen, man, I've got to say, world class. We will be raiding Lee Gunner, yeah? We want to be raiding him with regressing forehead. Let's put it in the chat so you can all copy and paste it. Regressing forehead. What phase is Lee's forehead in? But regressing forehead. Big up to you always, my friend. It's always fantastic to have you on, Lawrence. Really is a privilege always talking to you, man. And I appreciate every single bit of time that you give me. You on any shows coming up in the week, my friend?
Well, hopefully I'll be on the Bruised Banana tomorrow. Also, I'm going to be on, I can never remember the guy's name, but his stream is called the Arsenal Alliance. Lee Albert, he calls himself the Cockney Gooner. That's on tomorrow. Cool. Hopefully I'll be on your next stream if it's not Friday, Saturday.
You will always be invited.
That's the weekend, you know.
Yeah, buzz him. No, and obviously Gianni, man, another great signing, man. This is why I love doing the call-ins, because we find cool geezers like you, man. That's what it's all about. Don't care where you're from, what you do, whatever. You speak like you speak like you do. Music to my fucking ears. Thank you very much for giving me your time, man. Appreciate it as always. Don't forget, chat. We will be raiding Lee with regressing forehead. Go over and give that geezer some love. Big up to everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Yeah. Come on, big up Lawrence. Big up Gianni. Big up every single person in this chat. Big up to every single one of you, man.
Big up to Lee Gooner as well. First time I've been on the stream with him. Pleasure.
Yeah. Come on, man. Lee's El Capitan, man. He's a geezer. People don't realise that don't do streams with him. What a proper fella he is, mate. He's a geezer. I promise you that. But big up, man. I hope everyone enjoys their evening, and I'm not going to go on, Lee's, but I'll be in the chat for about 5 or 10 minutes. Big up, everyone.